we are live. It's NashvilleLou live, back on the air. It's Tides Tuesday. One of my favorite times of the week. February 18th, 2025. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. We're playing Twitchy Tides coming up over the next 3 hours. We're giving away some Twitchy Tides Series 4.1 packs. Got a Night Carnival NSFW 2-pack to give away. A Pen Art Warriors Advanced Female Troopers 3-packs. We got some prizes lined up. Some War Sake and camo cards as well. All that coming up. We'll have a raid here in just a little bit from MJ Owns You. Watching MJ show while I was getting ready for this broadcast. If you want to get in for this first Twitchy Tides game, just type !play in chat. We'll get a raid here soon from MJ, and then if we have enough people before that, we'll get game number 1 in, but otherwise, soon thereafter, we'll have this first game ready to go. So I'll use Oga's Buster Beaver in there. So we got 5 people, and you need a minimum of 10 players for a game of Twitchy Tides that'll count for the standings. So if we get that, we'll go with it. Had so much fun this past weekend in West Nashville. And there's the raid. Thank you for the raid, MJ. Thank you. Greetings and welcome, everybody. It's NashvilleLou Live. It's Twitchy Tides. It's Tides Tuesday. A wonderful time of the week. But many thanks to MJ for the raid. I was trying to find, I had a copy paste ready to go. Had it ready to go last week. Do I still have it down? Yes, I do. The shout out. So I struggle trying to do this on the fly, so I try to create shortcuts. It'll work. No, you have to put the slash before it. Yeah. Are you new here, sir? S319V Triple D. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. There we go. There's the proper shout out form. I imagine the bulk of you follow MJ Owns You, but if for some reason you don't, do so right now, right away. See the link there in chat. So we've got 21 people in. That's what I'm talking about here for this first game of the broadcast. Coming up later this hour, we'll be giving away a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. We've got a total of 4 of those to give away over the course of the next 3 hours. I mentioned the Night Carnival NSFW 2-pack will be given away later into the night on that. And the Pen Art Warriors Advanced Female Troopers 3-pack. So all that's coming up here throughout the course of the broadcast. We've got 25 people in. I'm going to read through the list of participants. Let me take this overlay down. My proper setup here. It's a little bit wonky with the overlay. I haven't messed with it since they redid some things with Twitchy Tides. You can tell it's a little bit off-center with the numbering, but that's you can tell it really is my count-up overlay there as far as the time since the lobby's opened. All right, let's take that down. So if you're not in yet, you want in. Last chance for this first game with !play in chat. For the winner of this first game will get a War Sake and camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Make mention, congratulations to Tree Frog Nada, who won Nessie Storm Scale Mint number 69. G-Daddy, Jungle Banana, Cartman Bra, and Puzzled Puzzler were the other. They got the consolation prizes out of that. Hoping for next week to have something ready with Bounty Block. Didn't want to do them just back-to-back like that. Plus doing some analysis on some of the stuff. I'll need some time. So we got 31 players. Let me read through this list of names. And then we'll get to this first game. We got Zach Bonifer, Fawny T, Jungle Banano, Funkin' Crypto, Azile, Otang, Dutch Rudder, me, NashvilleLou with the Buster Beaver, Dragon Rider, Random King, Jess Tony, BG Dub, Liquid Chill, Aegis 2017, I420 Spit, hey, Anti-Killa, Plantality, S319, Crypto Gamer, Too High, Poppinstock, Carlos CGTV, Cartman Bra, MJ Owns You, just did that raid moments ago, Autumn's Toys, Hellacious Z, Notorious Ninja, Brazen Blake, DeBoer JS, 2Tan Crypto, I'm trying to read the smaller font in the smaller box here, Waxtails, Bo Reddington, Asteroid Eater, and Parrot. That's 34 players for this first game. If I win, prize goes to second place. And this first game of the broadcast, Mocha Twitcher's in to get us 35. This first game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides Tuesday. We'll see if my settings are still the same as before as far as the maximum 2 kills per appearance, except for the cannonball, which is 3. We'll see if Krabby Mike adheres to that policy. Oh, there's Krabby Mike took out Azile, Otang, and Funkin' Crypto also out. We're down to 32 early on. Coming up later this hour, we'll be giving away a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. Your chance to win that's coming up. Cannonball up top. That takes out Liquid Chill and BG Dub. You'll notice a lot of these fish have anti-enemy commands that are rather powerful for some of them. Fish are fighting back. Now, Pink Felicia coming through, taking out S319 and Mocha Twitcher down to 28. Still in there. I'll use the cheat command, which for Buster Beaver just throws the axe. Taking the axe spin. Like that. It's more impressive when the radius is smaller, but didn't time that one the best. Krabby Mike, again making an appearance. So Mocha Twitcher out, then Cartman Bra, Jess, Tony, and Carlos CGTV. We're down to 25. Anti-Kill and Flantality taken out there. Down to 23. Make that 22. Tutan Crypto is out. So began with 35, we're down to 22. Big Worm with a Hook takes out Hellacious Z and Dutch Rudder, down to 20. But I was saying right before the raid happened, I had a blast this past weekend with those men's lacrosse broadcasts in West Nashville. And look at that command right there. The Doppler radar gimmick taken out the opponent. But a depth charge will get Pop and Stalk and Jungle Banana down to 18. Debo the Shark chomping away, taking out I-420 Spit and Notorious Ninja. More than half the field is out. We're down to 16. Where players are looking for a top 10 finish, get a boost in those battle for the daily treasures. Make sure if you play Twitchy Tides, you've got even a few fish, you play this sometimes, make sure you check on a daily basis twitchytides.io. Much like it is if you have Warsaking cards, you can get loot every day if you just won't bother to check in once. It's a similar deal as far as those Twitchy treasures. It involves more than just the Twitch game itself. That's just one element of it. But if you're doing this, battle bowls, got some fish in your tank staked, you're going to be able to get some of those daily treasures, and it's nice. I mean, it's smart to have that. We need more of that in the world of Wax Gaming. We're down to 11. The Too High, Fonny T, Parrot, and Autumn's Toys are out, as well as Dragon Rider taken out by Big Worm. We're down to 10. So for the remaining players, a top 10 finish, but who's going to be the winner? Pink Felicia. Laser. Wax Tails. Laser with a spin. The reverse Doppler. Normally the Doppler spins clockwise. Crypto Gamer and Random King taken out by Debo the Shark. We're down to 8. Uh-oh. I-420 said, you saw the danger, you hit the command, you're dead without your ability working. That's not any good. I hope the lag isn't too bad. We're down to 7. I'm out. Debo takes out MJ. We're down to 6. Catches Asteroid Eater as well, so we're down to 5. We began with 35. We're down to 5. The first game of the broadcast on Tides Tuesday with Twitchy Tides. Here on NashvilleLou Live, Depth Charge takes out Wax Tails and Bo Reddington. Down to the final 3. DeBoer JS, Zach Bonifer, and Aegis 2017. I'll save my men's lacrosse stories for after the game. Too much going on here. We got Pink Felicia up top. DeBoer JS gets zapped. Zach Bonifer, that ghost command. So it's Aegis 2017 and Zach Bonifer, the last 2. Debo, it's Debo the Shark, going down Broadway left to right. down the middle. But Debo's going to miss both remaining players. Started with 35. We're down to the final two. Zach Bonifer, age is 2017. And it's Debo. Debo the Shark up top. Working top shelf. He just gets that bounce away fast enough to avoid the sharp teeth of Debo. The battle continues. Zach Bonifer, age is 2017. Cannonball. Well, that cannonball was coming. It got deterred in one way or another. That ghost command might have perhaps sent it in the other direction. The bubble there for flow. Now it's Debo again working topside. Once again, it appears Debo is going to miss both remaining players. The battle continues. Zach Bonifer, ages 2017, the last two. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live on Tides Tuesday. It's my #1 show here on Twitch. Love Tides Tuesday, love Twitchy Tides. Debo the Shark. Debo's just been off course. You might want to send somebody else to finish the job there, Twitchy Tides. Debo not closing well. So the battle continues. Age is 2017 and Zach Bonifer. There's Big Worm of the hook. A freeze by Aegis for that flow fish. Zach Bonifer gets taken out, and that's the game. So congratulations, Aegis 2017. Victorious here in this first game of the broadcast. Of course, along with that, you got the top 10 finishes. And so for Crypto Gamer on up, a top 10 finish, all the way to #1 and your winner, Aegis 2017, victorious. Back open for our next Twitchy Tides game with !play in chat. I'll have to do some adjusting with my on-screen overlay. It used to fit better, but they tweak some. They're always doing things with Twitchy Tides to try and make it better, make it interesting, keep it fresh. And some of that includes adjusting to the graphical layout. And so that'll be on me to fix later as far as my overlay goes. But I find it valuable that people can look and see how long this room's been sitting open. I think there are possibilities with this I haven't really delved into yet. As far as longer form. But with Tides Tuesday, I have so much fun with this. We already got 13 people in for this next game of Twitchy Tides. If you want to join the list, just type !play in chat. And you'll see it in the corner. The fish continue to file on in. Tides Tuesday started midnight Eastern Tuesday morning. We're talking going on now more than 21 hours. Cartman Bra started us. We'll be raiding over to Cartman Bra at 1 a.m. Eastern. From there to, I hope everything's going okay with Jess and Ricky. I'm not sure if that streamer lineup's going to hold for tomorrow morning, but we'll have it covered one way or another. And Las Vegas 8 does a fantastic job organizing this. I'm sure dealing with 1,001 different problems I don't have to deal with, which I appreciate as a streamer. But making this happen, here's the week number 18, as you can see there for me with this, and still having a blast with it. This is the #1 show for me for a reason. Is this shout out going to work? Let's see. Can I do this properly? Hooray, it worked. So follow Las Vegas Ape if you don't for some reason. Back in here, you can see we got 17 players in for this next game of Twitchy Tides. Got that Lulu fish up there, my unofficial mascot here for NashvilleLou Live. Big fan of Lulu, similar name. At the !Dream command, cool sounding command. That's what I have sitting up there. Later this hour, I'll be giving away a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. In total, we got 4 of those to give away between now and 1 a.m. Eastern. Also, that Night Carnival NSFW 2-pack. Went until a little bit later into the night for that. And that Pen Art Warriors Advanced Female Troopers 3-pack. So prizes, along with the Warsaken camo cards, items from the NashvilleLou collection. Nothing as far as a bounty block for this week. We're going to have a little bit of time between that Nessie Storm Scale event. I need to be able to go through and actually look at some stuff on that. I'm very busy up until really now. As far as this past weekend in Nashville, I had so much fun calling NCAA men's lacrosse games for the Music City Classic. I do play-by-play for Swanee Tigers men's lacrosse, Division III, NCAA. And it is so much fun. It's a fantastic sport. It's the most fun I've ever had calling any sport. I've been doing that for 30 years now. I always thought American football would be my number one, but men's lacrosse has surpassed it. Anyway, we're here to talk about Twitchy Tides. You got 23 players in for this next game. If you want to join the list, it's !play to get in. One of the next loot packs for Warsaken coming. I don't know, Funkin' Crypto. That's a good question. Let's see if I can fly with an emote here. Hi. If I miss anybody in chat, not an intentional slight. It can be tough for me sometimes to keep up with this. Sometimes I always go back later and watch my broadcast, or at least listen to them while I'm maybe working on some tedious web coding stuff. I'll go back and watch them, and I'll see things that I missed in the moment. Oh, wish I could have replied. I wish I would have seen that at the time. And as this continues to grow in popularity, that's just going to become more difficult for me. One of the realities of it. Yeah, lacrosse. That's when I was in high school. Like my high school alma mater has boys lacrosse and girls lacrosse. It's a TSSAA sport for the first time this season. The first time I heard about lacrosse, my buddy Kurt Fessenmeyer, went to high school with him. He moved from Ohio down to Nashville, and he was talking about how great the sport lacrosse was. They're like goofing on him because they didn't know it. And this is before you can look stuff up on Google, because Google didn't exist yet. You might find somebody that had internet access back then, but good luck. Anyway, but ultimately Kurt was right, and I've had so much fun going back to the 2022 NCAA tournament. Swanee needed somebody to call their home. They had a home playoff broadcast, so got the call on limited notice, did my best with it, and they liked me enough to bring me back for 2023 and then last year and this season as well. Absolutely love being part of that. So I called a couple of Swanee Tigers games. There were a couple of Center Colonels games as well. Those two are big division rivals, or conference rivals, I should say. Anyway, 26 players in for this next game. Last chance to get in on it. Oh, that's so you played in college, huh? Yeah, it's, I mean, the running they have to do, the cardio, like, wow. That's intense, but it is fun. It's fast-paced. It can be tough to keep up with it. They start passing it really quickly. When the uniforms are tough to read, some teams will have like one uniform be very easy to read. The numbers are clear. They're big. They stand out. And then like their other one will be gold on white with no border. What kind of rib is this? Well, you do the best you can as a broadcaster. Speaking of which, let's get to this game. 27 players. I'll go through the list at my end. I think I got out of sequence and I didn't join. That's why. I have to do things in a certain order, or the production errors will creep in otherwise. I was talking about Lulu before, my unofficial mascot. Let's use Lulu in here for this next game. All right, 30 players in now. I'll read through the list of participants. If you want in and you're not in yet, last chance with exclamation points play in chat. You got Mocha Twitcher, Jess Tony, Crypto Gamer, Funkin' Crypto, Autumn's Toys, Dragon Rider, Jungle Banano, S319, Zach Bonifer, Ages 2017, Hellacious Z, Flantality, Notorious Ninja, Bonnie T, Young Wei, Bo Reddington, Too High, Cartman Bra. We raided over to Cartman at 1 a.m. Eastern, thereabouts. From there, Las Vegas Ape, talking about Vegas there before and the great work he does organizing Tides Tuesday. Carlos CGTV, hey there, Carlos. Pop and Stock, OP Influencer, Levetadon, Waxtails, Buzz King, I420 Spit, Azile, DeBoer.js, Asteroid Eater, Brazen Blake, me, NashvilleLou, with a Lulu fish, and Parrot 314. So 32 competitors. Winner gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. If I win, prize goes to second place. Dave Iras and he was 33 players. Stay with that. Neon Leon, one of the best fish out there in my opinion. Not just because I have one of them. It's a great fish to use. 33 players. If I win, prize goes to second place. Is the overlay still up? Yeah, it is. Oh, I would have messed that one up. Ooh. Luckily, my preview monitor was up. I caught that. All right. Let's not botch this on the production side. Nadu 6 is in. 34 players. Let's get to it. 35. Panda Chan. Getting in. All right, 35 players. If I win, prize goes to second place. And this second game of the broadcast for me on Tides Tuesday begins now. Good luck. We start with 35 in the mix. See right there. Krabby Mike, the latest addition to the group of opponents trying to take out the fish. I've got Krabby Mike, like I have most of them, the opponents, the enemies, capped at 2 kills per appearance. It's 3 for a cannonball. Boy, I got it set up. Got some wind and weather in there. And you got Pink Felicia zapping Bonnie T and OP Influencer. We're down to 31. But it's tricky for me with men's lacrosse because I've never played the sport. And so I'm out along with Alacia Z, getting zapped by Pink Felicia down to 29. There's been a lot of learning as far as the terminology. Now, there's a lot of similarity to other sports that I know, so but it's making sure you say the right thing. I don't want to sound foolish. I don't make the program sound bad. They do a great job up there at Swanee. It's beautiful up there. It's a much higher terrain than where I live here in the Nashville area. Flantality's out, Crypto Gamers out. We're down to 27. Thunderstorms. So later this hour, we'll be giving away a Series 4.1 Twitchy Tides pack. A total of 4 of those to give away during the course of the broadcast. Now, Big Worm with the hook takes out Kyung Wei. We're down to 26. And look at Las Vegas Ape. Got Krabby Mike below and Las Vegas Ape lining up for that grub splode. Sometimes it'll bring people back. See, look at that poof. That's one of the few fish with the power to revive. I typically don't do a revive, but that's a fish that's got the power to do so. So you never know what's going to happen in a game of Twitchy Tides. Mocha Twitcher's out, down to 28. Debo the Shark up top. Debo taking down Asteroid Eater and Dave Ira down to 26. Pink Felicia zaps Flantality and Jess Tony. We're down to 24. Getting impatient with Twitch not having Twitchy Tides listed as a category. I've asked nicely. I've tried to be patient on this. At some point, be less than patient. Hopefully, they'll just get it done. Like, come on, you're my business partner. We shouldn't be having to argue on this one. You know, let the gatekeepers get out of the way, please. Just let me pick my category. Hartman Braw's out, so is Buzz King. We're down to 21. Depth charge. Pop and Stalk is out. Kyung Wei's out. We're down to 19. Autumn's Toys. Big Worm with the hook takes out Autumn's Toys. We're down to 18. It's Tides Tuesday. Big Worm again. Brazen Blake and Glavadodon eliminated. We're down to 16. And it's Debo the Shark chomping away. Panda Chan is out, so is Notorious Ninja. And look at Las Vegas Ape. Looks to be warming up there with that grubfish. Or maybe that's just how it normally looks, and I misread it. I mean, I agree, I-420 spin. I mean, who are they to tell me what categories I can and can't use? That really does annoy me, but it's their platform. Nadu 6 and I-420 are out. Down to a dozen. It's not like they don't know. It's not like I haven't asked nicely. It's not like it's been months and months and they still haven't done anything, except that last part's true. But I don't know what I can do about it that would, except just probably make somebody mad, which would not help at all. The Board JS and Funk and Crypto are out. We're down to 10. Up top, Pink Felicia is going to zap Dragon Rider and Parrot. We're down to 8. Are there any players that got a top 10 finish? Who's going to be the winner? Cannonball's going to take out a Zyle, my Lulu fish, and Las Vegas Ape, and that grub fish. We're down to the final 5. Cannonball. This Cannonball's not supposed to come with a curveball. I got to take a look at these settings. I'm not a fan of that. I don't like that, doing it that way. But we're down to the final 3. Took out Carlos CGTV and Bo Reddington. So it's Waxtails, Jungle Banano, and S319. Pink Fallacious is going to zap S319 and Waxtails, and that's the game. So congratulations, Jungle Banano. Victorious here in this second game of the broadcast. Well, I'm salty about them not having Twitchy Tides as a category. At least with Twitchy Tide, you can mix it with practically any game that you stream that doesn't need a delay. So my plan is for Thursday night, early evening U.S. time, to do some, get back in it with The Sims 3. That'll be later this week. Tentative plan for Thursday evening U.S. time. I haven't played that in a bit. I had to get through this past weekend. Had a lot of prep work I had to do with that. So Dragon Rider on up, a top 10 finish, all the way to number 1 and your winner. Jungle Banano victorious. Did they move the menu button to the other side? My muscle memory is to go to the right. That's not it. Back open for the next game of Twitchy Ties. Speaking about things getting moved around, my count up clock looks a bit askew because they've moved the total players bar over. I continue to make adjustments to make Twitchy Tides more and more fun. So it's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. This is my #1 show on Twitch. People love this. This by far outdraws everything else. It's part of a larger Tides Tuesday event. This week it started at midnight, Tuesday morning U.S. time, Eastern time zone. Cartman Brawl got us started. We'll be doing a raid over to Cartman Brawl a little more than 2.5 hours from now. I mean, time just flies by for me. These 3 hours I've got, at least usually on Tides Tuesday. There is one broadcast for Tides Tuesday I'm going to have to miss coming up on April Fool's Day of all days, but I've got a men's lacrosse broadcast that day. That's the one home game that Swanee has on a Tuesday evening, or Tuesday at all this year. You never know about the postseason, so to be determined on that. We got 11 players in already for this next Twitchy Tides game in the broadcast. If you want to join the list, type !play in chat. Ideas get taken all the time, you know. It's I'm glad you mentioned it, 'cause I actually do want to look at this. But here's the thing, you can customize it. Just because I don't like it that way for mine doesn't mean other people don't want. I mean, you can make this game your own. That's part of the appeal of Twitchy Tides. Look at the settings here. Enemy. Wasn't really sure what to call these, the other side. Let me take, well, if I take the overlay, take the clock down. You can't really see what I'm talking about. Anyway. I don't want random. I want left to right. Like I had it. Like it was set for everything else. Wall. Are there more options than wall crawl for Krabby Mike? MJ Doju, thank you for the raid. Thank you. Greetings and welcome. Who had watched some of your stream earlier, MJ Doja. Limited as far as time goes, trying to get things ready for the broadcast, but sometimes I can listen but not chat at the same time as I'm trying to get OBS Studio. I'm making sure I have the right overlay up, I got the right slate, etc., etc. Let's not type raid. That was not the right. Try to do a shout out. When I start trying to freestyle with the production, this is where I run into problems. Try to do a shout out for MJ Doja. Let me see if I do this properly. Oh, I put the @ symbol? Why wouldn't it just add it for me? Thank you for the cheer. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Many thanks to MJ Doja. There's the... See that link there in chat? If you don't follow MJ Doja, highly recommended. Watching a little bit earlier over on MJ Doja's stream, having some Twitchy Tides, having some marbles. A lot of fun with that. But I love that you can customize Twitchy Tides. You can set it the way you want it. If you want to go faster, you can set it where the enemies have no limits as far as how many they kill. You can have Krabby Mike go on a rampage. You can have them show up in higher frequency. For me, it has to be slow enough where I can actually follow the action for me to be effective with what I do. It's like men's lacrosse kind of presses me as far as that goes, especially when they're passing it. Now, this past week, it was tough for these teams playing in Nashville because it was super windy. Like on Saturday, we're talking 15, 16 mile per hour winds. So these teams have been practicing all this time getting ready for this big tournament. They're out there dealing with these high winds throwing off their passes. And then on Sunday, Saturday it was mid-60s Fahrenheit and 15 mile per hour winds. Sunday, mid-30s Fahrenheit, so close to 0 Celsius. 10 mile per hour winds. Point is, it was like a cutting cold for somebody here in Nashville. I know people listening up north are probably laughing at me talking about the cold, but it was affecting things. Anyway, no worry about weather here. That's one of the nice things with Twitchy Tides. I can do this from the comfort of my home. Don't have to drive anywhere. Don't have to arrive 3 hours early or 2 hours early to get set up. Already ready to go. I mean, there is some setup with OBS Studio, but it's a bit different. And they can broadcast it to the world. It's great for that. To me, it's still the novelty of that is not worn off. And I think for people that, by the time they knew what was going on with life, they were already used to this being an accepted reality, this live streaming thing. But I tell you, it wasn't like this in the old days. As much as there are certain things from the past I miss and certain things that I think used to be better, there's so much you can do now. So many possibilities, so many options. The world is yours. Trying to command an audience, easier said than done with seemingly limited options out there. Unlimited, I should say. The days of 3 channels coming on your television, if you're lucky with the rabbit ears, those days are gone. So let's go with this, let's go take the overlay down. Make sure I do this in the proper order. I'll join with exclamation mark play. If you're not in yet and you want it for this next game, last chance, with exclamation mark play. And this time I'll use my Rainbow Soul the Catfish. So 22 players in for this next game. Winner gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Coming up later this hour, we'll be giving away a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. In total, we got 4 of those to give away between now and 1 a.m. Eastern. We got 26 players in. 27. Let me start with this 28. It's going to scroll on me fast, but I'm sorry, not too late. I can pull it down. Fawny T, OP Influencer, Funk and Crypto, Bo Reddington, Taryn Lore, Autumn's Toys, Jungle Banano, S319, Nadu 6, Dragon Rider, Flantality, Carlos CGTV, Chucky, Ages 2017, Mocha Twitcher, Anti-Killa, Poppenstar, Be Wicked, Brazen Blake, Zach Bonifer, Parrot, Pennybags Jr., me, NashvilleLou, that Rainbow Soul the Catfish, Notorious Ninja, Too High, Buzz King, Random King, Asteroid Eater, 2Tank Crypto, Kyungwei, I420 Spit, Hackers UVAM, and DeBoer.js. That's 33 players. Yeah, people come out of the woodwork for Twitchy Tides and Tides Tuesday. The I-Win prize goes to second place. Xylazin, 34 players. And this third game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. And look out for Krabby Mike. Krabby Mike working that left side, taking out Funk and Crypto and Mocha Twitcher. I've got Krabby Mike capped at 2 kills per appearance, but other streamers will perhaps have it set differently, so be aware of that. I've got a Baby Shark party. Keep in mind, because of the copyright monsters, I seldom use in-game audio from any game that I stream, but particularly with music. Just the copyright monsters don't play fair. They can't be reasoned with. It's easier this way, so this is not a reflection of my thoughts on the music in the game. As the depth charge takes out Brazen Blake, Buzz King, Autumn's Toys also out. We're down to 29, but it works out. Okay. As usual, my special thanks to Carl Casey at Whitebed Audio, who makes much of the great background music I use here on NashvilleLou Live. Krabby Mike working the left side. I've already got maxed out at 2 kills, taking out Dragon Rider and Notorious Ninja. We're down to 27. Debo, it's Debo the Shark. Chomping away, taking out too high, and Anti-Killer down to 25. And again, Krabby Mike strikes. I'm out, so is Nadu 6. Down to 23. Cannonball got sent back in the other direction. Zach Bonifer, I believe that Ghost Command was the one used. Already scrolled past on this screen I have here. Yeah, it was the Ghost Command. I knew it. Krabby Mike strikes again. Bonnie T is out, so is Jungle Banano. We're down to 21. Krabby Mike has helped with the occasional problem of a player getting stuck or able to kind of just chill on one side of the screen in a corner. Makes it more difficult. Pink Felicia zaps Terran Lore and Parrots down to 19. Pink Felicia zaps Be Wicked and S319. More than half the field is out. We're down to 16. Join me again next week, Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 0300 UTC. Of episode 19 of Twitchy Tides and Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. S319 and 210 Crypto both taken out. Big Worm with a hook, and we're down to 15. Make that 14. Big Worm strikes again. Age is eliminated. I might have something for Wednesday night U.S. time, so tomorrow night maybe. I don't know. But planning on Sims 3 for Thursday evening U.S. time. That should be fun. Also, Twitchy Tides, of course, with that. Debo the Shark takes out Carlos CGTV. Flantality got chomped and then looks like took out Debo. They took each other out from the looks of it. Depth Charge eliminates Zach Bonifer, along with I-420 Spit, who at least I-420 got a top 10 finish. Ditto for the remaining players, but who's going to be the winner? Krabby Mike takes out Hackers and Kyung Wei. We're down to 7. This is Twitchy Tides. Twitchy Tides, so much fun to stream and to play. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Begin with 34, we're down to 7. I hide behind my logo over there. It was OP influence from the turtle shell. That's not going to help you though, the enemies. We got the disco ball and the fireworks with the baby shark party. Pink Felicia up top. Felicia zaps Pennybags Jr. and Bo Reddington. We're down to the final 4. It's Azile, Random King, DeBoer JS, Pop and Stock, the last 4. Pink Felicia working the low road, going left to right. But Felicia's going to miss all 4 remaining fish. Oh, that's interesting, OP Influencer. If you're doing a move when the party starts, the enemies kill you during the party. Nobody told you that kind of party. The Board JS gets hit with a hook, as does Azile. Big Worm takes them out. We're down to the final 2. It's Pop and Stock and Random King. The last 2 remaining here in this Twitchy Tides game. Cannonball up top's going to miss both remaining players. Debo the Shark. Debo. Let's have some shark-on-shark violence there, but Debo missed both remaining players. Pop and Stock and Random King, the last 2. The hook takes out Pop and Stock, and that's the game. So congratulations, Random King. Victorious here in this 3rd game of the broadcast. So for I-420 Spit on up, a top 10 finish. All the way to number 1, and your winner, Random King, victorious. My muscle memory still don't think that menu button's on the right, but it's on the left now, so there we have it. Back open now for our next game of Twitchy Tides. I'm having trouble saying that. Twitchy Tides. Exclamation mark play in chat. To get into this next game of Twitchy Tides. Later this hour, we'll be giving away the first of those Series 4.1 packs from Twitchy Tides. I think if I say it too quickly, that's the problem. It's mushed up. You have to enunciate with Twitchy Tides. The TW is not the easiest to say. By any other name, it's still going to draw a crowd and audience, even with just a generic strategy game category. It doesn't matter. People want their Twitchy Tides, especially on Tides Tuesday. So much fun. It's not difficult. If you've got the computer to handle it, it's not like you need some ultra high-end machine to do it. But provided you get the system to do it, it's easy to stream this game. You don't have to do play-by-play for it. That's just what I do for a profession. So it's a little different for me. So if you want to join for this next game of Twitchy Tides, just type exclamation mark play in chat. I'm confused, Tutan Crypto. What are you saying? How am I? Hey, I'm doing great. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful evening or morning or whatever. Oh, okay. Under a new name. So you're saying now, Tutan Crypto. Glad to have you here. We've got 9 people in for this next game of Twitchy Tides. You can join by typing exclamation mark play in chat. It was funny. Bit of driving to get from where I live in the Nashville area over to Ensworth. Beautiful private school in West Nashville. Got a gorgeous campus. I've been doing broadcasts from over there going back many years now. But it's still a relatively new campus. I went around when I was in high school. Beautiful place over there. And the last couple of years, they've hosted the Music City Classic, NCAA men's lacrosse that I've been broadcasting. But there's a lot of work as far as the prep work and the names and the numbers printed out, the stats, typing that all into my sheet and printing those out. Last year about crushed me, calling 6 games in the span of about 40 hours. By that 6, when I was hurting. So this year, I'll call two games on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, and that worked out pretty well. But it was still a lot of prep work. But now on the other side of that, got a little bit more free time as far as doing some things from a live streaming perspective. So we got 12 people in. Oh, the Egyptian Pharaoh. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, so I was driving over there Sunday, and Hippie Radio 94.5 in Nashville, though there's a syndication for the American Top 40 from years and years ago. Casey Kasem, who's been deceased for some time now, but his voice, you talk about people having a great voice, that guy, they're still playing this stuff from the early 70s, him talking on radio now in 2025. But as a storyteller, that guy was he was as smooth as it got, too, as far as his. Some really, really impressive people in the radio business through the year, but one of the more successful ones, to be sure. And he was talking, going through the countdown. A lot of songs I'd never even heard before, because it ended up just from, I forget what year it actually was. I can probably do the math and figure it out, because they was talking about 28-year-old Barry Manilow with the song Mandy. And Barry Manilow, I got home and looked it up that evening. It was on my mind. I was okay, I'm curious about this. How old is he? Barry Manilow is 81. Still touring, by the way, still a draw. That abused him, man. All right, so enough talk about radio and lacrosse. We got 20 players into this next game of Twitchy Tides. I'll take the overlay down, and now you know the rest of the story. Paul Harvey, good day. I'd say Paul Harvey, he was masterful. He would, working in the advertisements, he would read. He wouldn't change his cadence up, and yet he would still, you could tell, but it wasn't off-putting, which is a really tough line to cross, or to walk as far as like, okay, I want to promote the company and talk about the company that's paying money to get this ad time, but also not drive off the audience. Sometimes the latter isn't all that much of an imperative when the advertiser is concerned. They just want to get their product out there. But when you can mix the both and please the audience, please the advertisers, then you got something going on. All right, so I'll use the Inferno Nessie here. Got 23 players into this next game. Last chance to get in with exclamation mark play in chat. Winner gets a War-Saken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. We've got OP Influencer, Terran Lore, Jungle Banano, S319, Dragon Rider, Bo Reddington, Tutan Crypto, Boca Twitcher, Autumn's Toys, Too High, Pennybags Jr., Fonny T, Brazen Blake, Parrots, Random King, Funkin' Crypto, Panda Chan, Nato 6, Rock Metal, hello, Jimmy Penguins, Stickfig, me, NashvilleLou of the Inferno Nessie, I420 Spit, Zach Bonifer, Aegis 2017, Kyung Wei, Silent One. That's 27 players. Oh, I see something in my peripheral vision on a clip. A problem? Yeah, on my preview monitor, something weird popped up. Never mind me. What is Lou babbling about? Never mind that. 28 players. Hellacious Z is in. Just in time. If I win, prize goes to second place. And this fourth game of the broadcast here on Tides Tuesday begins now. Good luck. 28 players for this game of Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Right away, Jimmy Penguins and Pennybags Jr. taken out by Debo the Shark. You're getting spun around, but remember, I've got most of these enemies capped at 2 kills per crossing. It's 3 for a cannonball. Look out for Krabby Mike working the left side. Those claws. OP Influencer and Jungle Banana eliminated. We're down to 24. Now a cannonball with authority taking out Funkin' Crypto, Terran Lore, and Mocha Twitcher. We're down to 21. You've got enemy crabs. You've got friends of the crab fish out there. You got a big mix. You got Silent One and Aegis 2017 taken out by Big Worm, and we're down to 18. Depth charge. There goes I420 and Stickfig down to 16. Pink Felicia's going to zap Brazen Blake and Parrot. Half the field is out. We're down to 14. I'm not sure if the manager command is actually working properly. I don't think it has been for a while. It used to turn the background pink. It amused me greatly. But maybe there was an issue with it. And now Krabby Mike. Issue those claws. Taking out Kyung Wei and Random King. We're down to a dozen. Krabby Mike, a bit of an equalizer. Sometimes there are fish that would certain commands to get them stuck or more running a course along one particular edge of the screen. Krabby Mike discourages such things. The chompers there, the teeth from Debo taking out Zach Bonifer. And Tutan Crypto down to the final 10. So we got a top 10 finish, the remaining players. Who's going to be the winner? Let's see if I can do an Inferno spin. Forgot I was in there with this. There we go, the Inferno spin. You do that on top of Panda Chan. I thought that cannonball was supposed to take a straight path. Did it head north to avoid the fire? Bo Reddington and Nadu 6 eliminated. Down to 7. Krabby Mike takes out Fawny T. Takes out my Inferno Nessie. We're down to 5. Pink Felicia. Pink Felicia, ground level. Gonna zap S319. We're down to the final 4. Panda Chan, Hellacious Z, Rock Metal, and Too High. The last 4. Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Depth charge. See that ominous blinking red. But Panda Chan with that ghost command neutralized it for the moment. Too high with the boulder command. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that one. Check that out. I finally got a couple of those. Is it Snarky Shark? Is that the name of it? Speaking of Snarky Sharks, here comes Debo the Shark, taking out Too High and Hellacious Z. We're down to the final two. It's Panda Chan and Rock Metal, the last two. Rock Metal, that video game controller, that snidely whiplash-looking fish there for Panda Chan, effective at deterring that cannonball. I was going to do it, but Panda Chan with a well-timed ghost command, and the battle continues. It's Rock Metal and Panda Chan, and look out for the claws. It's Krabby Mike, and that's the game. So congratulations, Panda Chan. Victorious here in this fourth game of the broadcast. Please keep in mind prizes will be sent out shortly after the conclusion of the broadcast, and those will come from my Fulfillments wallet on Wax. Alright, so for Autumn's Toys on up, a top 10 finish, all the way to number 1, and your winner, Panda Chan. Victorious. Still used to the menu button being over there. It threw me off. Alright, back open for our next game of Twitchy Tides. I'm going to take my hourly break now. Be about a 5-minute break. On the other side of it, we're giving away for the first time for this broadcast a Twitchy Tides Series 4.1 pack. Got a total of 4 of those to give away between now and 1 a.m. Eastern, which is a little more than 2 hours from now. We got some packs to give away. We got that NSFW Night Carnival pack. We got the Pen Art Warriors Advanced Female Troopers 3 pack. We got prizes. We got Twitchy Tides. We got Tides Tuesday. Back in just a few minutes. This next game with a pack on the line. Twitchy Tides, NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. All right, back on headset with you here on NashvilleLou Live. Got 23 players in for this next game of Twitchy Tides. I'm going to join Last Chance with !play in chat. We'll join with the Rainbow Soul the Catfish. That gives us 25, now 26. I'll read through the list of participants and we'll get to this next game. For the winner, the prize is a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. Many thanks to Pop Paragon, who personally gave me these packs to give away here on stream. So we'll have 4 through the course of the broadcast. The first one coming up here in just a moment. Now the list of participants got Jungle Banano, Bonnie T, Terran Lore, Funkin' Crypto, Dragon Rider, Azile, Plantality, Panda Chan, Viper Czar, Buzz King, Silent One, S319, Nadu6, Autumn's Toys, Parrots, Benny Allen, or Benny Alien. It's tough. The I's and the L's, they kind of get squished together on this preview screen here. So Benny Alien, the turtle, the consumer break turtle at that. Breakman, the Board JS, Benar Bahai, Bo Reddington, Hellacious Z, Pennybags Jr., Pop and Stock, Master A's, Chucky, Too High, Zach Bonifer, Young Wei, me, NashvilleLou with the Rainbow Soul the Catfish, Random King, Notorious Ninja, Jamie Penguins, and Mocha Twitcher. 32 participants. By win, prize goes to second place. And with a Series 4.1 pack on the line, this next game of Twitchy Tides begins now. Good luck. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. We hit 11 p.m. Eastern. We have Krabby Mike taking out Silent One and Autumn's Toys. Early on, we're down to 30. Remember, if you play Twitchy Tides, be sure you're checking on a daily basis those Twitchy treasures. Just gotta log into the game and see, okay, what do I have? Do I have any treasure chests from playing on Twitch and playing with those battle bowls or staking? All sorts of fun prizes. You get Aqua, Tide, packs, random fish, mystery items you don't know. Pop Paragon's coming up with new and interesting things all the time with Twitchy Tides. That cannonball missed everybody. Maybe that's why I got the cannonball of the curve there. When it goes high and everybody's low. Although I do prefer it this way. Depth charge takes us down to 25. But I love that you can customize it. I love that you have options. Because the more variety you can have, the more flexibility you have as a streamer. And what might work for one day might be a better fit for another. You can adjust accordingly, essentially on the fly. It's great. And look out for Krabby Mike on that left side of the screen. His claws chomping out. The Board JS and S319 down to 23. Krabby Mike's never in a good mood. It would be, it seems to fit the character, right? He's being crabby. A surly disposition at all times to fit the gimmick. Azile and Zach Bonifer are taken out there by Debo the Shark. Debo got sent back in the other direction, but the damage done. We're down to 21. That's Stormcaller Command. Funkin' Crypto. We got some rain in the forecast. Cannonball. That cannonball up top takes out Funkin' Crypto and Viper Czar. Chucky out as well. Down to 17. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Debo the Shark. Debo got dealt with right there. Nadu 6. Not messing around. That toxic command. But look out now for Krabby Mike. Krabby Mike's got those claws. Click, 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 and there goes Dragon Rider and Jungle Banana. We're down to 13. I've seen where people didn't have a limit on Krabby Mike, and he's just gone through it. Just clear. Talk about cleaning house. Just clearing people out of there. It was too fast for me to keep up with, so I like the pacing better with this. I love that I can set it this way. Bonnie T, that Neon Leon fish, managed to temporarily disable the depth charge. Then it went off and took out Pennybags Jr. and me. Down to 11. Depth charge takes out Kyung Wei, Notorious Ninja. Down to 9. So the remaining players, you've got a top 10 finish. But who's going to be the winner? Oh, there's a pack on the line here. We'll have another pack to give away later this hour as well. 2 more in the 3rd hour. All of that between now and 1 a.m. Eastern. Here on NashvilleLou Live. We started with 32. We're down to 7. Debo the Shark got sent back in the other direction. The Flare command, which is a really powerful command there for that Neon Leon. You get the Boulder, Snarky Shark, Too High. All sorts of stuff going on. Bo Reddington making it rain with that Lambo. It can be tough to keep up with the enemies when you get distracted. But then here come the claws. Grabby Mike's got no time for anybody. Panda Chan and Fawny T. Taken out. We're down to 5. With a Series 4.1 pack and an item from the NashvilleLou collection on the line. Big Worm of the Hook takes out Nado 6. We're down to the final 4. Jamie Penguins, Too High, Poppenstalk, and Bo Reddington. The last 4. Krabby Mike. There goes Jamie Penguins. Look at the timing there on that Boulder command by Too High. Perfect time. Get away from that crab. Stat. Krabby Mike's got 1 more kill left, and there goes Poppenstalk. We're down to the final 2. It's Too High and Bo Reddington. Winner gets a pack. A freeze by Too High. Depth charge. Ominous blinking red. The Lambo command from Bo Reddington. Take the walk of shame to the ATM and then make it rain. Spin command by Too High. The depth charge disappears. The battle continues. The last 2 in it. And there's Big Worm with a Hook. Hiding by the post and that Twitchy Tide sign. That's going to take out Bo Reddington. Showing up just in time. It's Too High. Victorious here. In this 5th game of the broadcast, Too High. You win that Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Congratulations. So for Notorious Ninja on up, top 10 finishes, all the way to number 1. And your winner, Too High, victorious. It's going to take me a while to this menu button be on the other side. Getting used to that. It's no further effort when left instead of right, but muscle memory. All right, back open for the next Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast. You can get in with !play in chat. You can tell where they've been moving things around, adjusting, tweaking some things with the layout here with Twitchy Tides because my overlay doesn't quite fit the same. But making it work the best we can. Got Lulu there, my unofficial mascot here for NashvilleLou Live. It's Tides Tuesday. But coming up later this hour, I'll be giving away another one of those Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 packs. Also later this hour, I'll be giving away that Night Carnival NSFW 2-pack. And normally I won't go with the NSFW stuff for this stream for a number of reasons. But I've had one of these sitting in my prize wallet for a while for whatever reason. So, okay, this would be a good time to go ahead and give that away here later on in the hour. Then our 3rd hour, we got a Pen Art Warriors Advanced Female Troopers 3-pack. We got 2 more of those Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 packs. We got good times here on Tides Tuesday. And remember, it doesn't end at 1 a.m. Eastern when I wrap up for my portion of it. Tides Tuesday will continue as we raid into Cartman Bra at 1 a.m. Eastern. And the fun continues into, I mean, it's more than just a one-day event. Tides Tuesday, the people demanded it. More. Say, all right, you got it. So that and much more ahead. 16 players in for this next game of Twitchy Tides. 90 seconds and already 16 people in. But this game has been wonderful for the world of wax gaming and live streaming here on Twitch, which should be just a natural combination. Because these digital items on the wax chain, because wax is gasless, I'm not having to pay to send stuff out. And the real challenge is getting people where they can be onboarded easily to have wax wallets. It makes me angry that they had that with blockchain brawlers. They had that with Amazon Prime, or anybody with an Amazon Prime account could get a wax wallet by going through them. And they didn't promote it at all, or they barely did. I think I did more than they did. I don't know. But it shows me that it is possible to do something like that. So maybe somebody a bit more promotional minded will get on board and actually make it work. Because that's the real stumbling block at this point that I see. And that's why, like, when things are ready with ScurvyBot, I know a lot of other streamers are using ScurvyBot right now, but I want to make sure that I don't want to just rush into it. I'm not going to do that. The times where I want to really be good and really shine. My concern also is that we're going to have a finite number of people with wax wallets. We're all going to be fighting over the same 75, 80 people unless we've got true user growth. Which should happen because Twitchy Tides is a fantastic game. I know there are people that will just watch and listen. You don't have to play to enjoy Twitchy Tides. You can just listen. If a given streamer is one that you like, the time just flies by. Got 19 people into this next game of Twitchy Tides. You can join with !play in chat. But I tell you, it was challenging this past weekend with the men's lacrosse broadcast that I had. Just doing the prep work, getting home on Saturday after doing a pair of broadcasts. But I also was doing some scouting as far as for broadcast prep, seeing one of the teams I'd be calling the game for that next day. Doing 3-3 like I did last year, about ruined my voice. So this year, scaled it back a bit more. 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. It was the turnaround. I got home, like I barely got home ahead of this big thunderstorm system that came in from Memphis. Oh, great. But I was up until like almost 2:30 a.m. because I was still, there's more stuff to work on. There's limited turnaround time. By the time I got back to my house to type in the updated stats, and you got I've got some clarification on pronunciations. Sometimes those are more elusive than others. It's tougher earlier in the season. I can't just listen to somebody's broadcast, the home team broadcast, to hear how it's done because they haven't done a game this year. Or I find a broadcast and it's like nat sound only, or it's silent. Ran into that too. And look, there's only so much you can do as a broadcaster. You prep as well as you can. Make it work. Speaking of making it work, we got 23 in here for this next game of Twitchy Tides. Let's get this going. Let's take this overlay down. I'll join with !play in chat. Hey, Mocha Twitcher. Glad to have you in here. You can join, you can listen, you can do all the above, however you want to. Much like you can customize things with Twitchy Tides for these streams, you can enjoy them in a variety of ways. But I know for a fact there are people that have no intention of playing, they don't want to play, but they enjoy listening to the broadcast, so I welcome that. Welcome everybody here. It's fun being part of Tides Tuesday. People love this event, they love Twitchy Tides. It can't be repressed. It can't be stopped. You can tell us, no, you can't have a category yet. We asked months ago and still no category. But this still outdraws every other game I've ever streamed. Especially Tides Tuesday. This like no other. People love this. As do I. Which makes me a person, I suppose. So here we go with a list of players. Too High, Silent One, Parrots, Funkin' Crypto, Hellacious Z, DeBoer JS, Loire, Bonnie T, Notorious Ninja, Jungle Banano, Bo Reddington, Poppinstall, Nado6, Dragon Rider, Kyung Wei, Panda Chan, Pennybags Jr., S319, Autumn's Toys, Kiyoshinobu, hello. Got that video game controller fish there. The N64, or what's it called? The T64, excuse me. From there, Aegis 2017, Benny Alien, Zach Bonifer, Mocha Twitcher, 15 Gracious, and Azile. Did I actually get in? I don't think I did. I got out of order. I typed in !play, but I didn't hit enter. But there we go. There I am with that Rainbow Soul the Catfish. So 27 players for this next game. Winner gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. By-win prize goes to second place. And the 6th game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Twitchy Tides here on Tides Tuesday on NashvilleLou Live. And right away, Grabby Mike takes out Funkin' Crypto and Kyung Wei. We're down to 25. I can show off the 9 lives command with my Rainbow Soul the Catfish. What I really like about the 9 lives is that depth charge takes out Silent 1 and 15 Gracious. It can only help me. Sometimes there are anti-enemy commands you inadvertently help save one of the other fish, ends up being the one to beat you in the end. Ages 2017 and Mocha Twitchy are out. We're down to 21. With that 9 lives only helps me. It's not going to drive any enemies away. It's not going to help you. Meanwhile, Cannonball, again, the curveballs are striking back in. I got to check the settings after this. It's a must. You can customize it, but I did that. I should remember. It's possible it was user error. You always have to counter that or take that into account as a possibility with me with these streams. Look, I can produce practically anything from a content standpoint, but the production of it, not my strong suit. And yet, I'm grateful for the fact that I can broadcast from the comfort of my home to the world with a wonderful game like Twitchy Tides, like we got here. 14 players still in the mix. And look out for Krabby Mike. Back to ruin more people's day. Crab people. You got a Zyle and Nadu 6 taken out by Krabby Mike. We're down to a dozen. It's Tides Tuesday, NashvilleLou Live. Later this hour, another one of those Twitchy Tides Series 4.1 packs to give away. Also got that Night Carnival 2-pack coming up in the hour. Debo the Shark chomping away, taking out Zach Bonifer and Too High. We're down to 10, so for the remaining players, you got a top 10 finish. But who's going to be the winner? The hook from Big Worm takes out Kiyoshi Nobu. Down to 9. Pink Felicia working ground level. Zapping Loire, getting sent back in the other direction at that point thanks to the Ghost command from Panda Chan. But damage done, we're down to 8. The game is Twitchy Tides. It is so much fun to stream this game. Look out for Krabby Mike. Krabby Mike. Claws take out DeBoer JS and Hellacious Z. We're down to 6. The hook. Big Worm's going to take out my Soul the Catfish, so I'm out. We're down to 5. Big Worm with a hook. On the right side, that's going to get Panda Chan. But that's it, and we're down to 4. Pennybags Jr., Notorious Ninja, Bonnie T, and Bo Reddington. The last 4. Bo Reddington, nowhere to move there with that cannonball flying in. So Bo Reddington's out. We're down to 3. Notorious Ninja, Pennybags Jr., Fonny T. Depth charge. Look at that thing popping up right above Fonny T. Pennybags Jr.'s out. And we're down to 2. Notorious Ninja and Fonny T, the last 2. Join me again next Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern for episode 19 of Twitchy Tides Tuesday. That flare command from Fonny T with that Neon Leon, making sure that Debo the Shark was going to stay at a safe distance away. But Debo's back the other way to take out Fonny T, and that's the game. So congratulations, Notorious Ninja. Victorious here in this 6th game of the broadcast. So Notorious, victorious with a win. In addition, for Kiyoshi Nobu on up, top 10 finish, all the way to number 1, and your winner, Notorious Ninja, victorious. It's going to take me a while to have that menu button on the right instead of the left, but I'll find it soon enough. I'll get used to it soon enough. Back open for the next game of Twitchy Tides with exclamation mark play in chat. Later this hour, we'll be giving away another one of those Twitchy Tides Series 4.1 packs. Your chance to win's coming up. Also, later this hour, we'll be giving away that Night Carnival 2-pack. In our 3rd hour, the Pen Art Warriors Advanced Female Troopers 3-pack. Along with not 1 but 2 Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 packs. That's in our 3rd hour. So we're chock full of prizes and fun here between now and 1 a.m. Eastern. And it's not like the fun's going to end at that point. It's just we'll do the raid there at that point over to Cartman Bra. It's going to take us into the night U.S. time with a slated 5 hours. And I'm not sure with the schedule for early Wednesday U.S. time with what's going on with Tricky Create. So everything is all as well for Tricky, all as well for Jess. Don't know what they got going on exactly, but to be determined on that. But I know that Cartman Bra is coming up in less than 2 hours here, so that's on the agenda. I'm sure we'll know more at some point during Cartman Bra's show, where we'll find out. And that's where I greatly appreciate what Las Vegas 8 does, having to organize it. Okay, when things happen, to be able to be contacted, say, all right, we'll find a plan B, we'll make it work. That's part of why Tides Tuesday has been such a great success. It's a collaborative effort. It's a wonderful thing. It's so much fun to be part of. We got 9 players in for this next game of Twitchy Tides. If you want to join the list, just type !play and shit. Now, why does it have this thing about mods? Okay, all right, stand by. I didn't go through and my stream elements set up here. I got stuff that's maybe that's just the one. It can be tough to keep track of that sometimes, these bot timers. But it's helpful because I'll lose track of time, or I'll forget to copy and paste, or wouldn't necessarily think to, and then if I plan it ahead of time, it can do it for me. Just gotta make sure the right stuff's being shown. Irrelevant links about games I'm not playing tonight. So it's !play in chat to get in. You don't have to have a Wax wallet to play. You don't have to, if you're brand new, if you've never seen this before, if you're, well, what is this? If you want to play for fun, the game will give you a fish to use in-game for fun. So that's one of the great things with Twitchy Tides. Nobody is excluded. If somebody wants to play, they can, regardless if they have a Wax wallet. Now, the bulk of the people playing, they want those leaderboard spots. They want those daily treasures. A lot of fun to be had with that. And it's great because you actually own the fish you play with in this game. It's quite wonderful. But they will spot you one to play for fun if you want to. So nobody gets left out. It's not a Wax wallet versus people without or just on the outside looking in. It lowers the barrier of entry for people who just want to play for fun. And I think that's hugely important. So it's !play in chat to get into this next game of Twitchy Tides. Got 13 players in right now. I tell you what was tricky with the men's lacrosse broadcast last week, it was trying to keep an eye on the play clock, because the way they have it set up, and it's a relatively new thing for men's lacrosse. Like, if they had it in when I called my first game in 2022, but like pre-pandemic, the shot clock wasn't a thing. But it's still, I think, at least in my opinion, the sport is far better with it. Because you have a definitive thing. You know you've got to get the ball past midfield by that 60-second mark on the shot clock. It's not just some sort of referee's discretion. I think it's made it far more exciting. Certainly from a broadcasting standpoint, I enjoy it. All right, so 15, make that 16 people in for this next game of Twitchy Tides. I'm going to take the overlay down. I'm going to join with !play. Use the 5 spot. Use the Neon Scuba Shred. So I'll read through this list of players here, and we'll get to our next game in a moment. Winner gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. We've got Random King, DeBoer JS, Bonnie T, Chucky, Autumn's Toys, Viper's R, Too High, S319, JR since 82, hello, Flantality, Dragon Rider, Jamie Penguins, Zach Bonifer, Bo Reddington, Panda Chan, Nato 6, Silent One, Notorious Ninja, Young Wei, me, NashvilleLou with a Neon Scuba Shred, Poppin' Stock, and Pennybags Jr. We got 22 players in for this next game. If I win, prize goes to second place. Game number 7 of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. And Krabby Mike strikes early. Claws taking out Fawny T and Flantality. Early on, we're down to 20. A depth charge takes out Random King as we get a baby shark party from Kyung Wei. Again, due to the copyright monsters, I don't have any sort of the sound of the music from this. But you get the visual, you get that disco ball, you got some fireworks, and you got Debo the Shark showing up to crash the party. Debo takes out Autumn's Toys and Pennybags Jr. We're down to 17. Big Worm with a hook. Bo Reddington is out, so it's too high. Down to 15. Notorious Ninja and Zach Bonifer are out. Big Worm with that hook. We're down to 13. I'm going to use that little shred command. My neon scuba shred. There we go. Miniature form. Jamie Penguins hits the depth charge. Gets taken out. We're down to a dozen. Now, Pink Felicia. Pink Felicia zaps Nadu 6 and Chucky. We're down to 10. So the remaining players, you've got a top 10 finish. But who's going to be the winner? Cannonball on the low side, taking out Panda Chan, Dragon Rider, and DeBoer JS. We're down to 7. Cannonball. That cannonball's like below the screen there. It came from below. We're down to 7. Didn't hit anybody. Debo the Shark, working the low road. Stalking my neon scuba shred, taking out Pop and Stalk and My Fish. We're down to 5. It's Tides Tuesday with the game Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Depth charge. That goes S319 down to the final 4. Viper Czar, JR since 82, Silent One, and Kyung Wei, the final 4. It's Pink Felicia going down Broadway left to right. Zapping Silent One, zapping Viper Czar. We're down to the final 2. Kyung Wei, JR since 82, the last 2. The hook from Big Worm takes out Kyung Wei, so congratulations. JR since 82, victorious in this 7th game of the broadcast. I forget the exact name of that, the Christmas-themed snail. Talking about Tricky Creates earlier, those designs. Yeah, all sorts of great artwork in this game. Part of the appeal of it. So for the top 10, for Panda Chan on up, top 10 finish, including me. All the way to number 1 and your winner, JR since 82, victorious. Keep wanting to go to the right because that's where the menu button used to be. Now it's on the left. All right, back open for the next game of Twitchy Tides. Now for this next game, prize is going to be the Night Carnival. It's NSFW 2-pack, so such things offend you, then sit this one out perhaps, or let me know if you don't want it. But you should like it. You can at least, find somebody that would want it, I would imagine. So it's exclamation point play in chat to get into this next game. Winner gets the Night Carnival 2-pack, an item from the NashvilleLou collection. And remember, later this hour, we'll be giving away a second one of those Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 packs. We got 2 more to give away in our 3rd hour. All these prizes to give away between now and 1 a.m. Eastern. Part of the fun. I love giving away stuff here. I'm greatly appreciative of Pop Paragon for giving me these Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 packs to give away. I take it very seriously when it comes to giving away prizes that other people have given me. Make sure that they maximum value out of it. And particularly with Twitchy Tides, it's so much fun to play and to stream. It's a wonderful thing to reward the players. It helps people learn about the game, people that maybe didn't know about it. Maybe they know me. They stumbled upon my channel. They saw a post somewhere from me. Okay, we'll give this a look. And before you know it, they're in there with some fish of their own. So it's exclamation mark play in chat to get into this next game of Twitchy Tides with that Night Carnival 2-pack. Item from the NashvilleLou collection on the line. Mentioned it earlier, but congratulations to Tree Frog Nauta, who last week was the winner, the grand prize winner from that win. Nessie Storm Scale bit number 69. Tree Frog Nauta, the victor out of that from that bounty block event. Got some ideas for one for next week, but I really need to go through and do some analysis on this prior one before I do that. I suspect this next one will be more in the realm of a burn event. Some of those with the social media stuff, it's kind of sus on how much people had to actually do it to get the credit for it. Okay. There's also concerns I have about terms of service with some of these. I don't want to inadvertently end up costing myself or getting a ding or getting in trouble, getting an account shut down because I didn't follow the rules. So I'm trying to keep all that in mind. Got 14 people in for this next game of Twitch. No worries, I420. I know there's a lot of people that stream Twitchy Tides. A lot of different setups people have. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take down the overlay. We've got 15 players in for this next game. With the Night Carnival 2-pack on the line here. I'll join as well with exclamation mark play. I'll use the Lulu fish. I'll read through this list of players. We'll get to this next game. If you want in, last chance by typing exclamation point play in chat for this next Twitchy Tides game. We got Bo Reddington, Notorious Ninja, DeBoer JS, S319, Autumn's Toys, Azile, Fawny T, Poppinstock, Nado6, Master Aids, Billy XBT, Panda Chan, Kyung Wei, Too High, OP Influencer, I420 Spit, Chucky, Pennybags Jr., and me, NashvilleLou, with the Lulu fish. The winner gets the Night Carnival 2-pack and the item from the NashvilleLou collection. If I win, prize goes to second place. And this 8th game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Early on, we got Pink Felicia zapping I420 Spit and S319. Up to 17. Again, Pink Felicia. This time zapping Notorious Ninja and Bo Reddington. Down to 15. Let's see if I can use the Dream command with my Lulu fish. Big Worm takes out Billy XBT and Autumn's Toys. We're down to 13. There we go. Meanwhile, it's Krabby Mike taking out OP Influencer and Kyung Wei. We're down to 11. This is Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Depth Charge takes out Azile and Nadu6. We're down to 9, so more than half the field is out. Remaining players, you're looking at a top 10 finish. The hook from Big Worm eliminates Fawny T. We're down to 8. Cannonball. That Cannonball takes out Pennybags Jr. And we're down to 7. This is Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Up top, a depth charge. You see it. Ominous blinking red. It got spun around. Too high with that boulder command. And now it disappears. Grabby Mike. Working the border. Grabby Mike working the side. Master Ace gets the claws. We're down to 6. And there goes Krabby Mike. So we're down to 6 players. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Love Cannonball. Upward swing taking out the More JS and Poppinstock. Gotta check on those settings. We're down to 4. Too High, Panda Chan, Chucky, and me. Right there, you've got Krabby Mike. Krabby Mike taking out Panda Chan, so we're down to 3. Krabby Mike's got one more kill. My Lulu Fish made it past just barely. And Krabby Mike, for the moment, exits the screen. So it's Chucky, Too High, and me, the final 3. And it's Big Worm with a hook on that left side. There goes Chucky. So Too High, you're going to win that prize, regardless if you win the game, that Night Carnival 2-pack. But who's going to be the winner between the two of us? There's Big Worm with a hook on that left side. That's going to be a really narrow passage. And that's going to do it. So congratulations, Too High. Victorious here in this 8th game of the broadcast. So you win the Night Carnival 2-pack. Item from the NashvilleLou collection. So for Nadu 6 on up, a top 10 finish all the way to number 1. And your winner, Too High, victorious. Right, back open for our next game of Twitchy Tides with exclamation mark play in chat. Coming up later this hour, we'll be giving away another Twitchy Tides Series 4.1 pack. We'll have 2 more to give away in our 3rd hour. In addition, in our 3rd hour, we'll have a Pen Art Warriors Advanced Female Troopers 3-pack to give away. That's coming up along with those 2 Twitchy Tides packs in the 3rd hour. All sorts of fun prizes that you could possibly win here on NashvilleLou Live on Tides Tuesday. Here's another look at the lineup that I've incorporated into the slate for this broadcast. We had Carbon Bra, NFT Dealer, Twitchy Tides TV, Las Vegas Ape. I didn't get to see Welsh's show today. Most of Kitty Meows. Of course, MJ owns you with the raid in here. And I'll do a raid over to Carbon Bra. That'll be at 1 a.m. Eastern, so a little less than an hour and a half from now for Carbon Bra. Open now for this next game of Twitchy Tides with exclamation mark play in chat. I might have some sort of a stream tomorrow evening, U.S. time. Not sure on that. But Thursdays when I'm planning to have my return to The Sims 3. That's my plan for Thursday evening, U.S. time. A few hours with The Sims 3 here on NashvilleLou Live. We had a tight turnaround for me for tomorrow morning. I got a doctor's appointment at 7:15 a.m. local. So it goes. Let's get it out of the way. All right, 10 players in for this next game of Twitchy Tides. If you'd like to join the list, just type exclamation mark play in chat. See the link there in chat, so it's worth mentioning. To learn more about Twitchy Tides, the website is twitchytides.io. That's twitchytides.io. Everything from learning how to make a wax wallet if you're brand new to this stuff, seeing your fish inventory, seeing how it works with those daily treasures. I mean, you click a button and then it'll show you what you got in your treasure chest, if anything. It's quite nice. All right, 13 players in for this next game of Twitchy Tides. I take some visual notes in my head of how I want to maneuver that counts up clock for the lobby being open, since that's part of my overlay. That's not a Twitchy Tides thing. You can kind of tell it's not because it didn't really fit. It's a little bit off center now because there have been some tweaks made to the layout of Twitchy Tides. I keep talking about wanting to go through and look at the settings. I'll take the overlay down, but I'll keep it open a little bit longer just to go through here to peek at the settings. Enemy. Why we have enemy on here? What is Twitch? I want to start. I'm open Pandora's box, click on stuff, or I don't know what it is. Maybe I won't do that. What I want to do is make this not be random. I changed it before. I don't need to have to keep changing this. Don't do that to me. Maybe I changed it to random from wall. No, wall crawl wouldn't be a cannonball. That would be interesting if it could, though. A cannonball wall crawl? Can you do that with a shark? Can they all wall crawl? There's something real zany here. Can't do a wall crawl with a depth charge. I guess they're not moving. That won't work. And that has to be a wall crawl for Krabby Mike, apparently. So. And you can disable or enable the individuals. I'm not sure how long that's been a possibility. But I love the variety of the options you have as a streamer with Twitchy Tides. The way I've got it set up. Again, the max kills at 2 for everybody except for that cannonball. That's at 3. Also quite faster with that cannonball than way most of the move. The way I want it. And the great thing, if I change my mind later, I can adjust it and then move on from there. All right, so 20 players in for this next game. Does that include me? The answer is no. And type exclamation point play. I'll use that Lulu fish again. I guess to 21. So for this next game, the winner gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Got Bury Your Dead, Pop and Stalk, Plantality, Suhai, Azile, Panda Chan, Bo Reddington, Brazen Blake, Mocha Twitcher, Funky Crypto, Notorious Ninja, OP Influencer, Pennybags Jr., Random King, Bonnie T, Nado6, Zach Bonifer, Autumn's Toys, Chucky, S319, and me, NashvilleLou, with the Lulu fish. That's 21 players. If I win, prize goes to second place. And this 9th game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. Cannonball up top. Missed everybody. 21 fish. Cannonball couldn't catch any of them. Now we've got ourselves the Stormcaller command. Got wind and weather. Some rain. Heavy rain. That's Debo the Shark going right to left. Debo takes out OP Influencer and Pop and Stalk. So much for Debo being a wall crawler. I was waiting to see what was going to happen with that. Debo's like, no. I was going to go left or right. There's a wall crawl right there. And that's my territory, says Krabby Mike, taking out 2 high. And Autumn's Toys are down to 17. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. The game is Twitchy Tides, and it is so much fun to play. It is so much fun to stream. My 18th week with it, and this is my #1 show here on Twitch. Beats all the others, even the generic category listing. Pink Felicia zaps Notorious Ninja and Panda Chan. We're down to 15. And a large part of that is the support of the Twitchy Tides community. Got some great people in the mix. Pink Felicia is going to zap Bury Your Dead and Azile. We're down to 13. Use my dream command here with my Lulu fish. I mean, Lulu's no nonsense. Give me the side eye. You got the dream. Its name is Lulu, so it's close to mine. Not that many people have it, so it's going to stand out a bit. Pink Felicia will zap Funkin' Crypto and Fawny T. We're down to 11. Pink Felicia is going to zap Nadu 6 and Random King. The top 10 finish for Random King, also for the remaining players, a top 10 finish. We're down to 9. And here comes Debo. Debo the Shark. Taking out my Lulu fish. So I'm out. We're down to 8. Cannonball up top. Takes out Mocha Twitcher, Flantality, and Brazen Blake, and we're down to 5. Debo the Shark. Well-timed freeze there by Pennybags Jr. to avoid Debo, who missed everybody there. We began with 21, we're down to 5. This is Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Depth charge. A ghost command from Zach Bonifer. Temporarily disabled that depth charge, but only temporarily. It then took out S319. So we're down to the final 4. Pennybags Jr., Zach Bonifer, Chucky, and Bo Reddington. And it's Krabby Mike taking out Pennybags Jr. and Chucky. We're down to the final 2. Zach Bonifer and Bo Reddington, the last 2. Krabby Mike's put a new twist on things. Gotta watch those edges. A little bit more of a precarious spot than they used to be. That ghost command from Zach Bonifer. My eyes weren't deceiving me there. My peripheral vision looked like we had about a half second of Pink Felicia. And the ghost scared her away, but Pink Felicia back. There's the zap for Zach Bonifer, and that's the game. So congratulations, Bo Reddington. Victorious here in this 9th game of the broadcast. All right. So for Random King on up, including me, a top 10 finish, all the way to number 1. And your winner, Bo Reddington, victorious. All right, back open for the next Twitchy Tides game. I'm going to take my hourly break now. It'll be about a 5-minute break. On the other side of it, we'll be giving away a Twitchy Tides Series 4.1 pack. Gave away one of those Twitchy Tides packs in our last hour. We got 2 more to give away in our next hour. We'll have one coming up on the other side of this break in about 5 minutes. It's Tides Tuesday, Twitchy Tides, NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. All right, back on headset with you here on NashvilleLou Live. This overlay down, got 18 players into this next game. I'll join with an exclamation mark play. I'll use the Rainbow Soul the Catfish. That gives us 20 participants. This next game, the winner gets a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. We'll have 2 more of those Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 packs to give away in our next hour as well. All right, so 21 players. If you're not in yet, you want in. Last chance with exclamation mark play in chat. So the participant list, we got Bo Reddington, Not06, Autumn's Toys, Chucky, S319, BG Dub, Pennybags Jr., Poppinstock, Kyung Wei, Random King, Master A's, I-420 Spit, Brazen Blake, Flantality, Zach Bonifer, Notorious Ninja, me, NashvilleLou with the Rainbow Soul the Catfish, Azile, Too High, Panda Chan, Cartman Bra, we already know to Cartman in a little more than an hour, and Fonny T. We got 22 players for this next game with that Series 4.1 pack from Twitchy Tides on the line, along with an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Ages 2017 is in to give us 23 players. Buy win prize goes to second place. All right. So 23 players in this 10th game of the broadcast. 24 Waxtails is in. 24 players. Game number 10 of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Tides Tuesday. It's NashvilleLou Live. It's Twitchy Tides. And it's Big Worm with the Hook, taking out Waxtails and Not06. Early on, we're down to 22. Pink Felicia. Is that me along with Fonny T? We're down to 20. Oh, look at that, Felicia. Maybe it took a full game for the effect, the changes to take effect. Look at that. Pink Felicia on the ceiling. She's already hit her max kills, though. Pink Felicia's back. Upside down Pink Felicia. Taking out Kyungwei and Too High. I got taken out as well earlier along with Fawny T. We're down to 18. Fawny T trying to steal Krabby Mike's gimmick. And look at Upside Down Shark. Brazen Blake's out. Along with Carbon Bra. Wall Crawler Felicia. This is a fun twist on it. Hopefully nobody's having nightmares about wall sharks. Depth charge. It's not crawling anywhere. There goes S319. We're down to 15 players remaining. Krabby Mike. Taking out Zach Bonifer and Random King. We're down to 13. Krabby Mike, that surly disposition at all times. Depth charge. That eliminates Ages 2017 and Autumn's Toys. We're down to 11. Big Worm with a hook on that left side. Remember, there's a Series 4.1 pack on the line for the winner of this game. Panda-chan gets hooked, and we're down to 10. So for the remaining players, you've got a top 10 finish. It's Krabby Mike. Krabby Mike claws BG Dub. And that's all on that pass through. We're down to 9. And really a pass, a climber, and that appearance. Wow, the hook from Big Worm takes out Flantality. What's happening in that Lambo command by Bo Reddington? Getting out of dodge just in time. A walk of shame to the ATM. Then make it rain. On that Lambo command. Meanwhile, not so fun with that hook from Big Worm on that left side, taking out Pop and Stalk. And I-420. We're down to 6. This is Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Debo the Shark. Debo takes out Chucky. Debo. Upside down Debo. Azile's out. We're down to the final 4. Notorious Ninja. Pennybags Jr. Master Ace and Bo Reddington. I don't know if I can keep Debo like that. That's kind of ridiculous. Upside down Shark. But a fun novelty at least. There goes Bo Reddington with the Lambo command. And the cannonball. It just will not go. They're insisting on the curveballs. Notorious Ninja taken out there. We're down to the final 3. Master Ace, Bo Reddington, and Pennybags Jr. And it's Krabby Mike. Krabby Mike's going to get Pennybags Jr. We're down to 2. Master Ace will escape that part of it, but look out. Krabby Mike's going to go on the side. Spin move by Bo Reddington. Krabby Mike disappears for now. There's a pack on the line for the winner. Series 4.1 pack to be precise. From Twitchy Tides. Cannonball. It's going to take out Master Ace. So congratulations, Bo Reddington. You're a back-to-back winner. And with this win, you win a Twitchy Tides Series 4.1 pack. Congratulations. All right, so my notes up to speed. For BG Dub on up, a top 10 finish. All the way to number 1, your winner. For the second consecutive game, Bo Reddington, victorious. We creep in on midnight Eastern. Back open for the next game of Twitchy Tides. We hit midnight Eastern. Do a quick reset as people file in here for this next game with exclamation mark play. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live with Twitchy Tides. Episode number 18. This is my number 1 show here on Twitch. Draws a larger audience than anything else I stream. And it's so much fun. particularly being part of this event, is this weekly Tides Tuesday. More than just me, as you can tell there with that streamer lineup. And you can see their Cartman Bra waits 1 a.m. Eastern. So an hour from now, we'll do a raid over to Cartman Bra. And the fun's going to continue into the night U.S. time with Twitchy Tides and Tides Tuesday. As we hit Wednesday. I know for a lot of you it's already Wednesday, even the Eastern time zone of the U.S., but Tides Tuesday. It just can't be contained in one 24-hour span. The people demand more. So it's exclamation mark play to get into this next game of Twitchy Tides. Later this hour, we got 2 more of those Twitchy Tides Series 4.1 packs to give away. Also got the last one of those Pen Art Warriors Advanced Female Troopers 3-pack. One of those left, so we'll have that to give away here later this hour. So 2 more of the 4.1 packs. The Pen Art Warriors pack still to come. So it's exclamation point play in chat to get into this next game of Twitchy Tides. Along with that broadcast prep that I had for those NCAA men's lacrosse games that I called this past weekend in Nashville. Also been doing a lot of work with my new NFLDraftProfiles.com website. Trying to get things indexed, trying to get up-to-date information, getting the links into the official NFL.com prospect section. They've been adding those over the last couple of weeks, and they had a big, I think they decided who's going to go to going to be invited to this year's Combine event. And a bunch of names they've added, so I've got more work to do with that, but it does get a bit busy for me as far as the NFL draft goes, but that's what I do. Anyway, 12 people in for this next game of Twitchy Tides. Take this overlay down. I'll join as well. Like this 13. I'll use that neon scuba shred there for this one. So for this next game, the winner gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Got 15 players in. I'm going to read through this list of participants, and we'll get to this next game. If you're not in yet, you want in. But get in right now with exclamation mark play in chat, and then hit enter. You do have to do that part. Sometimes I forget that myself. We've got Chucky, Funkin' Crypto, S319, Master A's, Bo Reddington, Poppinstock, DeBoer JS, Notorious Ninja, Young Wei, Too High, Not06, Bonnie T, Zach Bonifer, Random King, Cartman Bra. We're doing a raid over to Cartman in less than an hour. And then me, NashvilleLou, the neon scuba shred. Late entries from Flantality, Jungle Banano, and Loire. We got 19 players in for this next game. If I win, the prize goes to second place. And this 11th game of the broadcast, Boca Twitcher's in to give us 20. Flantality as well, Jungle Banano, dig it. I don't know if I missed anybody. We got 20 players. We got Twitchy Tides. We got Tides Tuesday. I love Tides Tuesday. Let's get to it. 20 players. If I win, the prize goes to second place. And this next game begins now. Good luck. Cannonball. I got sent back in the other direction thanks to that ghost command from Zach Bonifer. Use my little shred. LIL. Great abbreviation. Pink Felicia zaps Fonny T. Well, so much for my little shred. Not small enough to get missed by Felicia's zap. Now to 18, Felicia. I love the ceiling. A little novelty, but having the other enemies take that around the border crossing approach there. No stragglers hiding on the side. Depth charge. That takes out Cartman Bra and Mocha Twitcher. Down to 16. Pink Felicia. Jungle Banano gets zapped, as did Mocha Twitcher. Actually, I take that back. Mocha Twitcher's already out. Chucky gets zapped as well. We're down to 14. That ghost command Get that temporary immunity from getting killed, and then that goes away, and often it's another fish that pays the price. Depth charge takes out Random King. Chucky's out. We're into 13. Depth charge. There goes Flantality. Down to 12. Big Worm with a hook. Going to take out Funkin' Crypto and Nado6. So we're down to 10. Remaining players, you've got a top 10 finish. That makes a difference with those daily treasures. Leaderboard battles. Big Worm with a hook. Takes out Zach Bonifer. Down to 9. Be a tough one when you're above a hook that gets activated like that. Not what you can do. Not what you do when Krabby Mike shows up on the side. Clawing Kyungwei and S319. Down to 7. Break spin there from Loire, that Ninja Turtle. That break spin did in Big Worm there. Got rid of that hook. It's Krabby Mike again. Taking out Notorious Ninja and Master A's. We're down to 5. It's Tides Tuesday. This is Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Depth charge. There goes DeBoer JS, and we're down to the final 4. Pop and Stalk, Too High, Loire, and Bo Reddington. The last 4. And Lambo Command making it rain. Now it's a Big Worm with a hook. On the right side. Big Worm eliminates Bo. We're down to the final 3. Pop and Stalk, Loire, and Too High. That Boulder Command. A break spin from the Ninja Turtle, but here comes Krabby Mike. Krabby Mike. Gonna take out Too High. That looked unpleasant. Loire nearly avoided. So we're down to the final 2. Loire and Pop and Stalk. The last 2. Cannonball. There goes Pop and Stalk, and that's the game. So congratulations, Loire 0013. Victorious here in this 11th game of the broadcast. All right, so my notes are up to speed there. Good game. So Zach had that 10th place finish. For Zach on up, top 10 finish all the way to number 1, and your winner, Loire 0013, victorious. Back open now for our next game of Twitchy Tides with exclamation mark play in chat. Later this hour, we've got 2 more of those Series 4.1 Twitchy Tides packs to give away. In addition, we've got that Pin Art Warriors 3-pack. All that's still to come between now and top of the hour when we do a raid. We're going over to Cartman Bra, part of Tides Tuesday. See the fish continuing to enter the tank there in that bottom right corner. You see the streamer lineup. I think some of that might have to be adjusted for beyond Cartman Bra. I'm not sure what Tricky with the status update is there, but hoping for the best. But whatever the case, Twitchy Tides, beyond just a 24-hour event, beyond just one day, can't be confined to that. Able to demand it. Want more Twitchy Tides? Got 8 people in already for this next game of Twitchy Tides. You can join by typing exclamation mark play in chat. Extra RAM chip. Afraid I don't. So my plan tomorrow for Wednesday evening U.S. time, might have a stream to be determined. If I do, it won't be very long. Might do some more AW Fight Forever. Might do some NBA Jam. I think that got a little more of a positive reception. Enough of the wrestling games. But the big one for me coming up is Thursday evening. I'm planning to have the return of The Sims 3 here on NashvilleLou Live. Thursday evening U.S. time. At least a few hours. Get back into the flow of that a bit. Aside from Tides Tuesday, The Sims 3's the top draw for me as far as the live broadcast. Now, some of those other games, they may get a small audience when I do them live, but then those clips will just take off. So I try and keep a balance as far as that goes. And a variety of games, there are certain limitations. Games that make me motion sick, I'm not going to be able to play or stream. So there are a lot that are just off the table for me. But there are plenty enough games that don't do that. That we got some options here. One of those is Twitchy Tides. Not just one, but the one. The number one for me here, Tides Tuesday. Let's take this overlay down. We got 14 players in for the next game. We're going to get a little tighter time-wise. Top of the hour ticks closer. We still got 2 more of those Series 4.1 packs to give away. I'm in with Buster Beaver to give us 15 players. So if you want in last chance for this next game with exclamation mark play, I'm going to read through the list of participants. We'll get to this next game. Winner gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. My anticipation is that next week I'll have another bounty block. Decided to get a little bit of space between that last one with the Nessie Storm Scale. That Tree Frog Nauta won the grand prize for that. And then I think likely for next week, need to do some analysis on how that last one went as far as what did and didn't work as well, and then adjust accordingly. But I anticipate the NashvilleLou collection, those promo items will probably be part of it, so keep that in mind. All right, let's read through this list of players. We got 16 into this next game. Flantality, DeBoer JS, S319, War, Benarba High, Chucky, Autumn's Toys, Mocha Twitcher, Notorious Ninja, Azile, Jungle Banano, Dave Ira, Master A's, me, NashvilleLou with a Buster Beaver, JR since 82, Bo Reddington, Too High, Poppinstock, Zach Bonifer's in to give us 19. If I win, prize goes to second place. And this 12th game of the broadcast here on Tides Tuesday begins now. Good luck. This is Twitchy Tides. Tides Tuesday, NashvilleLou Live. You get the claws there from Krabby Mike. Working topside, taking out JR since 82 and Loire. Early on, we're down to 17. Big worm with a hook on that right side. I get just drawn in by the artwork and the designs of these various fish. Be distracting when I try to explain what's going on. Bo Reddington and Autumn's Toys are out. We're down to 15. Now upside down, Depot. But all jokes aside, Benarba High, Master A's eliminated. We're down to 13. You can adjust that in the settings. I have it intentionally set to try it out that way. More fun with Debo than I thought it would be. Cannonball takes out Azile, Chucky, and Flantality. So we're down to 10. For any players, you got a top 10 finish. Depth charge. There goes my Buster Beaver. Also takes out Mocha Twitcher. We're down to 8. Pink Felicia. Sideways and upside down, zapping Notorious Ninja. Also getting Zach Bonifer. We're down to 6. Cannonball. That cannonball missed everybody. We started with 19. We're down to a half dozen. Cannonball. That one's going to trend upward and take out DeBoer JS. We're down to 5. Big worm of the hook on that right side. Going to eliminate S319. Also catch Dave Ira on the way out. Down to the final 3. Too High, Pop and Stalk, and Jungle Banana. The last 3. It's Pink Felicia on the side. Side Felicia turns to upside down Felicia. But Felicia zapped Too High. We're down to the final 2. Jungle Banana, Pop and Stalk. The last 2. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. I'm not sure what took out Jungle Banana. I guess it was Debo. It shows you right there on the results screen. So Debo takes out Jungle Banana, and that's the game. So congratulations, Pop and Stalk, with the victory here in this 12th game of the broadcast. I feel like you've been very close to winning a few times here today, Pop and Stalk. You get the win there. Congratulations on the victory. In addition, of course, those top 10 finishes. Important as well. Lucky me at 10. They're on up a top 10 finish, all the way to number 1, your winner, Pop and Stalk, victorious. All right, I'm going to go ahead now and take my hourly break. And this will be my last break of the broadcast, so keep that in mind. On the other side of this, because I don't know time-wise, I'm afraid it might get short-spaced a bit. And we got stuff to give away. Good stuff. Up next, a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack is going to go to the winner. And have another one of those to give away as well between now and 1 a.m. Eastern. Also got that Pen Art Warriors 3-pack to give away. We got prizes to give away. We got games to be played. More top 10 finishes to be accrued. More victories. And more fun. Back in just a few minutes. It's Tides Tuesday with Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Stay tuned. right. Back on headset with you here on NashvilleLou Live. That was the last break right there. So I'm with you here for the duration of the broadcast. Got 19 players in for this next game. If you're not in yet, you want in. Last chance with exclamation mark play in chat. I'll get in with that. So for this upcoming 13th game of the broadcast, the winner will receive an item from the NashvilleLou collection, plus a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. Got 2 of those to give away this hour. Also got a Pen Art Warriors Advanced Female Troopers 3-pack to give away. We have at least 3 more games coming up to give those away. I'm going to read through this list of participants, and we'll get to this next game with a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack on the line. Exclamation mark play if you want in, but you need to move quickly. You want to get in. We've got JR since 82, Bonnie T, Too High, Cartman Bra, Notorious Ninja, Autumn's Toys, DeBoer JS, Boca Twitcher, Viper Czar, Bo Reddington, Loire, Random King, Kyung Wei, Benarba High, Chucky, Dave Ira, me, NashvilleLou with that Rainbow Soul the Catfish, Zach Bonifer, Azile, Master A's, and Poppin' Stalk with that Kylo. S319 in as well to give us 22 players. Remember, there's a pack on the line here. My win prize goes to second place. And this 13th game of the broadcast here on Tides Tuesday begins now. Good luck. Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. Upside down pink Felicia right away. Zapping Vipers are in Loire. Down to 20. I'm not sure I'm going to keep the wall climb on for them. For all the enemies like I've got it here, but this is something new, something fun and different. They do a great job with Twitchy Tides of keeping it interesting and fresh and unique. And that includes the newest enemy, Krabby Mike, that crab, where that wall climb comes from, really. Too High also taken out. We're down to 18. Pink Felicia zaps Master A's and Azile down to 16. Depth charge that takes out JR since 82 and Poppin' Stalk. We're down to 14. The winner of this wins a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. Devo the Shark. Not so much fun for the fish to get caught in those teeth, but DeBoer JS and Random King eliminated. You got upside down Devo. It's zany here. It's Twitchy Tides Tuesday. NashvilleLou Live. Return of Devo. Devo working backward, forward, high and low, taking out Notorious Ninja. Also catching Fawny T. We're down to 10. So remaining players, you've got a top 10 finish. I'm sure at some point the novelty will wear off the upside down shark. Devo riding in sideways. That eliminates Cartman, Bra, and Chucky. We're down to 8. Pink Felicia zaps Kyung Wei and Benarba High. They're out. We're down to 6. Got the enemies, with the exception of the Cannonball, got the rest of the enemies capped at 2 kills per appearance. 3 for the Cannonball. I don't know. I-420, I don't know if you got in on this one. Only had 22 in for this game. You had that full break before it. Autumn's Toys, Zach Bonifer, and Boca Twitcher are out. We're down to the final 3. Bo Reddington, S319, and Dave Ira, the last 3. Cannonball. That cannonball takes out Bo Reddington in S319, and that's the game. So congratulations, Dave Ira. Victorious here in this 13th game of the broadcast. Dave, you win that Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. Item from the NashvilleLou collection. Please remember, everybody, prizes will be sent out from my fulfillment wallet on Wax, and those will be sent out shortly after the conclusion of the broadcast. So for Cartman Braun up, a top 10 finish, all the way to number 1, and your winner, Dave Ira, victorious in Twitchy Tides. Back open now for our next Twitchy Tides game with exclamation mark play in chat. So for this next game, one more of these left, so this will be the spot for it here. With the Pen Art Warriors Advanced Female Troopers 3-pack. That's going to be the prize here. We gave one of those away last week. My notes are up to speed, so it's exclamation mark play in chat to get in this next game. There, I do have my notes up to speed now. Can't just put pack and not know which one I mean. Here are my notes. Make sure the right prizes go to the right people. It's very important. And it's also one of the great things with Wax. You can look, say, okay, fulfillments. What is Lou sent out and when? I'll show you right there. It goes that I'm sending out what I say I'm sending out. To whom I say they're going to. We'll get 14 people in already for this next game of Twitchy Tides. It doesn't matter what day it is, what hour it is. Around the clock, there has been demand for Twitchy Tides. People looking to play, looking to win, have fun, get those top 10 finishes, all of that. It's so much fun to stream this game. Like when I stream The Sims 3, I have to work to make that be what I feel is an entertaining broadcast. With this, I can just sit back and I don't have to say anything. It just adds to it when I do. At least the way I want to do it. But everybody's got their own style. You don't have to say anything. I would love if we had more people that spoke different languages that would stream in those languages, Twitchy Tides. I mean, it's... Anyways, in some ways, at least transcend language with this game. If you can get in, you get the commands. And there are people around the world that watch. I know. I look at the results in Twitch when I go back and look at who is watching. And got a large international audience. People around the world love this game. So we've got 16 people in for this next game of Twitchy Tides. Uh-oh, did I mess something up here? Half second of panic that caused a problem here. There'll be a studio. No, not now. For some reason, my Twitchy Tides, this box, this interaction box, is very large. At least, never mind that. We got 16 people in for this next game of Twitchy Tides. I'll take down the overlay. I'll join as well. Keep the action going here in this last half hour before we do that raid over to Cartman Brawl. Coming up. Top of the hour. I'll use Buster Beaver. That's 17 players. I'll go through this list. If you want in for this next game, last chance for this one, exclamation mark play in chat. For this next game, the winner gets a Pen Art Warriors 3-pack plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. We got Bo Reddington, S319, DeBoer JS, I-420 Spit, Tutorious Ninja, Loire, Autumn's Toys, Panda Chan, Master A's, Viper Czar, Zach Bonifer, Chucky, Pyong Wei, Too High, Boca Twitcher, Benarba High, Flantality, Bury Your Dead, Cartman Brawl, and me, NashvilleLou, with Buster Beaver. That's 20 players. If I win, the prize goes to second place. Bonnie T is in to give us 21. And this 14th game of the broadcast begins. Aziles didn't give us 22. Are we good? This 14th game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. And it's Side Felicia taking out Bury Your Dead and Mocha Twitcher. Early on, we're down to 20. I've got it capped at 2 kills per appearance for these enemies. Except for the cannonball, it's 3. The way I've got it. Pink Felicia on the side again. Viper, Czar, and Panda Chan taken out. Down to 18. Kind of playing around with the settings a bit. Got Felicia. It's really funny when you see Debo up there. At least I found amusement. There we go. Debo riding backward, forward, side, down. We're down to 16. The board JS and the Zyle taken out. Cannonball. Upward trajectory on that. Master A's, Bo Reddington, and me. All eliminated there. We're down to 12. Cannonball again. The curveball. I-420, Plantality, and Kyung Wei all eliminated. We're down to 9, so you got a top 10 finish if you're still in, but who's going to be the winner? Pink Felicia will zap Loire and Fawny T. We're down to 7. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live with Twitchy Tides. Depth charge. It's that ominous blinking red there on the right. It's going to take out S319 and Zach Bonifer. Down to 5. Grabby Mike. Grabby Mike's not in a good mood. But what's new? There goes Chucky. Chucky gets the claws. We're down to 4, but there's one more kill still possibly on this go-around. Well, Grabby Mike will have to wait. Notorious Ninja, Banarba High, Too High, and Autumn's Toys, the final 4. Cannonball, that takes out Notorious Ninja. We're down to 3. That Pin Art Warriors 3-pack on the line. Depth charge. There goes Too High, there goes Autumn's Toys, and that's the game. So congratulations. Banarba High, victorious here in this 14th game. You win that Pin Art Warriors 3-pack. Item from the NashvilleLou collection. Congratulations. All right, so for Young Way on up, a top 10 finish. Those accumulate, those are important. All the way up to number 1. And your winner, Banarba High, victorious, and Twitchy Tides. All right, back open now for our next game of Twitchy Tides with exclamation mark play. In chat. Coming up with whatever our last game of the broadcast ends up being. Now coming up probably about 20 minutes from now, thereabouts. That's what we'll give away that 4th and final for this broadcast. Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. So that's coming up. For this game, the winner gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. I've already taken my final break of the broadcast. I'll be with you for the duration here. Absolutely love Tides Tuesday. It's so much fun being part of this. The demand's so great for Tides Tuesday. It goes beyond just one 24-hour span. We started this. I'll show you the slate for people just tuning in. We get new viewers all the time. The way it works. There's the slate. And you see that streamer lineup. You see right there, Cartman Bra awaits 1 a.m. Eastern, so less than a half hour from now. We'll be heading over to Cartman Bra, see what's going on over there. More fun with Twitchy Tides and Tides Tuesdays. It goes into what is Wednesday for a lot of the rest of you. So 15 players in for this next game. You can join the list with !play in chat. So my plan for tomorrow, for Wednesday night U.S. time, I might have something, maybe some NBA Jam, something relatively short. Thursday evening U.S. time, anticipate having the next stream with The Sims 3. Probably get back into that. You've been asking me, when are we coming back with The Sims 3? Well, we'll have that coming up. That's the plan, at least for Thursday evening U.S. time, for at least a few hours. Of course, back here on Tuesday of next week with Tides Tuesday and more Twitchy Tides. And with these streams, I'm working in Twitchy Tides games during those other games that I play. A proven draw. People love Twitchy Tides. They'll watch me play other games they might not otherwise watch. I'll be ready to go when the time comes with the Twitchy Tides games. It works out great. So we got 18 players in for this next game. Make that 19. Take the overlay down. I'll join as well with !play. Use the Rainbow Soul of the Catfish. We got 20 players. If you want in for this next game, last chance. With !play, winner gets a Warsaken camo card, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. Got Flantality, Hackers, Bo Reddington, Bernarba High, S319, Loire, Dr. Doom, hello, Dr. D, I-420 Spit, Viper Czar, Too High, Cartman Bra, we'll be raiding Cartman about 20 minutes from now, Bury Your Dead, Age is 2017, Notorious Ninja, Autumn's Toys, Dave Ira, me, NashvilleLou, that Rainbow Soul the Catfish, 15 Gracious, Master A's, Zach Bonifer, and Fonny T, also Random King. So 22 players for this next game. If I win, the prize goes to second place. In this 15th game of the broadcast, here on Tides Tuesday, begins as Zyle gets in to give us 23. Just in time as this is going to begin. Now, good luck. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live. We got 23 players for this game. A warning of a cannonball, but if it showed up, it disappeared quickly. And Lambo making it rain. Bo Reddington. Got a couple of Lambos in there. Those are hard to come by. A couple of those Neon Leons. Clownfish. Got my Rainbow Soul the Catfish. You got the... Mentioned the turtle with the ninja and the buzzsaw there with Dr. Doom, but unfortunately for Dr. D, he got taken out along with Cartman Bra. Got zapped by Pink Felicia. It's Tides Tuesday. There's Debo. Just riding down the side there. Taking out Dave Ira and Too High. We're down to 19. Upside down Debo. That's something. I'll show off my 9 lives command. Really just makes my Soul the Catfish shine. Gives me a... If I die, I get not rejuvenated, but revived. Shorter work. Debo So smart already. This is Zyle. Master Rays and Random King are out. We're down to 17. Aussie Debo, says Zach. Debo, working ground level. Zach Bonifer out, so is Autumn's Toys. Tough break there. Sideways and upside down Debo. Down to 15. Or how long the delay is for that? Not the delay, but the time is between the 9 lives. The cooldown, that was the word I was trying to think of. I guess that was enough. Again, upside down Debo. Bury Your Dead and Hackers are out. We're down to 11. More than half the field is out. It's Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live with the game Twitchy Tides. The Lambo makes it rain. Got some powerful commands being used. You got Big Worm with a hook taking out Asia's. We're down to 10, so the remaining players, you got a top 10 finish. Who's going to be the winner? Big Worm got sent back in the other direction. Vipers are that Radiance command. Depth charge, there goes Bo Reddington. We're down to 9. Krabby Mike. His claws taking out S319 at Azile. We're down to 7. Krabby Mike always living the gimmick. Looking agitated at all times. Pink Felicia is going to take out my Soul the Catfish. We're down to 6. Felicia's got one more kill. That flare command at least temporarily disabled that last kill there for Felicia, but be careful. It's only temporary. But Felicia disappears. So for the moment, 6 remain. Big Worm with a hook that takes out Viper Czar. Down to 5. Depth charge. See it there on the Twitchy Tide sign. There goes I-420 Spit. The chain reaction effect caught Loire, so we're down to 3. Flantality, 15 Gracious, and Fawny T, the last 3. And it's Debo, sideways Debo, taking out 15 Gracious. Down to this, Fawny T and Flantality. Fawny T with that flare command. Flantality with the Fury. The flare and the Fury. Sounds like a subtitle for a Clash of the Champions from 1989. Last 2, it's Flantality. And Flantality's going to get the win. What happened behind my logo there? It was obstructed. Fawny T got taken out by Krabby Mike's what happened. And that's the game. So congratulations, Flantality. Victorious here in this 15th game of the broadcast. All right, so for Bo Reddington on up, a top 10 finish. All the way to number 1, and you're a winner. Flantality, victorious. All right, open for what's going to be the last game for me for this part of Twitchy Tides Tuesday. We're rating over to Cartman Bra at top of the hour, so we'll get this one nice and loaded up for this last game, which is going to be for a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. That's going to go to the winner, or if I win, it'll go to second place. So I haven't won yet tonight, and this is game number 16. But you never know. Part of it. There's a certain amount of unpredictability when it comes to Twitchy Tides that I really like. I think that's helped me as a streamer. It's kept it fresh. It's not like it's the same runtime every game. There's variety to it. Sometimes zany things happen, but the collision detection is pretty much on point. It's helped greatly that Slick has programmed this so well. It's fun to play. It's easy to stream. I mean, it's not a difficult thing. It's not like it requires you to play the game yourself or be the person running the show. You can just sit back and watch if you want to. I mean, it's fun if you've got a fish for yourself to root for, to at least get you some top 10 points as long as you're streaming it and playing it. Why not do both? Give some thought to this overlay after the broadcast, how far I need to move this over to make it fit the way the new configuration looks. And it might be different by next week. They're continuing to tweak Twitchy Tides, trying to find maximum ways to line things up. I know there's some work that's being done as far as some ways where you can kind of compress the screen a bit as far as the layout goes. Gives you some options as a streamer. The more options you have, the better. That's part of the appeal with Twitchy Tides, is that you have so much flexibility from a setting standpoint. You can make it your own more than the vast majority of games that I've played. And so it's a perfect fit because you got these games on wax that are great fun to play, that are fun to stream. You give away prizes. It's gasless, so there's not, I don't have to pay a VIG to give somebody a prize. It just goes, it's the way it works with wax. And I mean, it's a perfect fit with Twitch. And it's frustrated me greatly that it's taken, what I thought would happen in 6 months has taken more like 3.5 years to get here. And it took somebody not from Wax Studios or Tyranno, but like a third-party developer. Okay, we'll make it work. Instead of complaining, we'll just make it work. And it's been a winner here of a game with Twitchy Tide. So much fun. We got 16 people in already for this last game of the broadcast. So it's exclamation mark play to get in for this last Twitchy Tides game of the broadcast for me. But that's just part of it, of course. Tides Tuesday. Multi-streamer, now multi-day event. We started this more than 24 hours ago. It was Tuesday, midnight Eastern, that Cartman Brawl began. And going longer than the 5-hour allotment there. Finally got to NFT dealer and on from there. I'm not sure for later today what the schedule will actually end up being after Cartman Brawl. Hope all's well for Tricky and for Jess, but anyway, to be determined on that. But I can tell you for sure, we'll be doing a raid over to Cartman Brawl when he goes live here in about 10 minutes. I love being part of Tides Tuesday. It's my most popular show here on Twitch. People love it. And Tuesday night, it's worked out so well for me from a timing standpoint. I got the one broadcasting conflict with that men's lacrosse broadcast on April Fool's Day. I might be able to catch like an hour or two, but then I don't know how long it's going to take to get back here from Swanee, Tennessee. And plus, I'm going to be like trying to just haul it to get out of there. You'll be a professional about broadcast. All right. Make sure everything's good. There's a storm coming. That's what happened last Saturday in Nashville. All right, guys. We'll chat again soon. I got to drive 35 miles. Old Hickory Boulevard at night. It feels like a level on Super Mario Brothers. Okay, it goes to 3 lanes. Now it's down to 1. You gotta stay in this lane or it becomes a right turn only. You gotta watch the hill. You gotta make sure you follow the speed limit signs. There's a lot to it. Or just follow the rules of the road and you'll be okay. But it's not quite interstate driving. It's a little different. Swanee is very much kind of an isolated area, but I-24, Interstate 24 runs real close to there, which works out well because with the higher elevation, some of those roads, getting up there would be a trick if you didn't have the interstate set up. Even with that, it's some strong style driving up there near Monteagle Mountain. Any of you ever made the drive between Nashville and Chattanooga before? Nashville, Atlanta, same deal. Because you go through Chattanooga to get there. Not the easiest, but it's beautiful up there at Swanee. I'll be up there in a couple of weeks to call their next home game. A lot of fun with the broadcast from Nashville this past weekend. The Music City Classic. I mean, 4 games, calling that in a span of about 30 some odd hours. It was a challenge, but it was a lot of fun. That was doable. 6 games in that time span, roughly, last. That was just madness. I mean, I'll try practically anything when it comes to broadcasting, but you gotta know your limitations. So we've got 20 players in for this last game for my portion of Tides Tuesday for this week, with the Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack on the line. And that fish you see on screen there is Lulu, the big picture. That's Lulu, who's become my unofficial mascot of sorts here on NashvilleLou Live. Got the purple. His name is Lulu. It's similar to mine. Cool sounding command with Dream. It works out. So maybe some NBA Jam tomorrow night now, or Wednesday night U.S. time, and then Thursday night a bit more definitive with The Sims 3. Get back into that, at least for a few hours on Thursday night. Tuesday of next week, 10 p.m. Eastern, 0300 UTC, back with episode 19 of Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. So it's exclamation point play in chat to get into this last game of the broadcast. So we're going to look at that streamer lineup to be determined as far as what Tricky creates. We'll get an update later on that. But I know we got Carmen Bra waiting about 5 minutes from now. So with that in mind, we got 23 players, and let's take this overlay down. If you're not in now, get in right now. A last chance with exclamation mark play in chat. Talking about Lulu, so I'll use Lulu as my fish for this game. Remember, you can set your Twitchy team. 5 different fish, spots number 1 through 5. Do that within the Twitchy Tides game, so you don't have to do it. You have to log in the middle of a live stream if you don't want to. And to switch your fish. If you're watching multiple streamers, you want to use different fish in different streams, it lets you do that. All right, so let's go through this list of players, and we'll get to this last game of the broadcast. The winner gets a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack. Got Bury or Dead, Looney Boons, I-420 Spit, Viper Czar, Bo Reddington, Plantality, Fonny T, Notorious Ninja, Autumn's Toys, Ashik Shan, Zach Bonifer, S319, Young Wei, JR since 82, Hackers, Dave Ira, Pennybags Jr., Hartman Bra, Too High, Random King, me, NashvilleLou with a Lulu fish, Poppinstock, Loire, and Azile. That's 24 players. Winner gets a Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack, plus an item from the NashvilleLou collection. If I win, the prize goes to second place. And this 16th game of the broadcast begins now. Good luck. Twitchy Tides, here on Tides Tuesday. It's a depth charge, taking out Dave Ira and Loire. We're down to 22. For a pack on the line for the winner. Big worm got taken right out of there. That ghost command by Zach Bonifer. Repelling the enemies. Depth charge. There goes Bo Reddington. We're down to 21. And Debo the Shark. Taking out Pennybags Jr. and Notorious Ninja going up the side. Already has maximum kills, but taking a victory lap. Taunting us. Down to 19. It's Krabby Mike working the low side. Looney Boons is out, so his Vipers are. We're down to 17. Now it's Debo again. Riding upside down, but still very dangerous. There goes a Sheik Shan. And there goes S319. We're down to 15. Debo, it's Debo the Shark. Taking out Flantality, we're down to 14. Debo on the side, taking out JR since 82, we're down to 13. You never know what's going to happen on Tides Tuesday here on NashvilleLou Live. We're doing a raid here momentarily over to Cartman Bra to continue the Tides Tuesday train. But first, we got to get a winner here. We started with 24. We're down to 13. Debo. Upside down Debo. Sliding down the side, Debo. There goes Hackers. We're down to a dozen. Half the field is out. More than that now. Cartman Bra also taken out. Down to 11. Cannonball. Slider. There goes Autumn's Toys. We're down to 10. So the remaining players, you've got a top 10 finish. Even me. So I'm just, as soon as I said that, there I go eliminated along with Zach Bonifer. Taken out by Krabby Mike. Newest addition to the group of enemies. The hook from Big Worm. See if they're on the right side. There goes a Zyle. It's going to catch too high on the way out. Tough break. We're down to 6. Pink Felicia stings Kyongwei along with Fawny T. We're down to the final 4. Random King, Pop and Stalk, I-420 Spit, and Bury Your Dead, the final 4. It's Twitchy Tides here on NashvilleLou Live on Tides Tuesday. We're ready to do a raid over to Cartman Bra. The conclusion of this game, and that's going to do it. Bang Bang takes out Random King, Bury Your Dead, Pop and Stalk, that cannonball. So your winner, I-420 Spit, victorious. Congratulations. So you win that Twitchy Tide Series 4.1 pack, plus the item from the NashvilleLou collection. Congrats. So I-420 with a win. And for me, top 10 finishers. People above me, you got top 10 finishes. Well, all the way to number 1. You're a winner. I-420. All right, so I'm going to do a quick sig out, have a cut point for VOD, and we'll do a raid over to Cartman Bra. That's going to do it for this broadcast of NashvilleLou Live. I'm your host, Lou Pickney. Thanks for watching. See you next time.